All right, it's official. Yabrakam Yahweh Check out Shai. Shalom Lakam. Za'akam Kharawat Zayabanya Shala. All right. Also known as Crumworm in Hebrew. We're going to get cracking with this week's Torah portion reading. We're going to be in the book of Numbers, as you all can see. All right. Got it right up there at the screen. I want to give a salute to our brother, man. We got a. Yeah. All right. Brother Cathardia. That brother Cathardia makes these graphic arts, man. And he's one of the few brothers that I know that does this specific style. You know, so I just want to say Tawada, man. Tawada to you, Cathardia. Double honors to your father, double honors to your mother, man. I really appreciate you, man. You're a good brother, man. All right. So, this week's Torah portion. Oh, my. Johnny Gill, my. This week's Torah portion is crazy. So, I like stuff like cryptoids. I like stuff like, hey, Shalom, who just came in. Make sure you share this out. All right. I'll give you a sneak peek real quick. Oh, yeah. All right. All right. So that's what's going on. All right. So make sure you share this out because we're going to be reading. All right. So this week's Torah portion, man, is amazing. I put a 7 in the room if the sound is good. Hey, Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Put a 7 in the room if the sound is good on your end. If I need. All right. So yeah, man. So I like cryptoids. You know, if you've ever heard of a cryptoid, you know, apparently there's these things that are around us all the time. You know, and you know, for people, they're starting to be seen more. You know, so where some people might like watching this type of show or that type of show, I'm kind of, you know, I'm different, man. I like to watch stuff like current events. Okay, the water for that. I see you. All praise, appreciate you. I like watching stuff like, you know, current events, like what's going on around the world in real time. You feel me? Like what's really going on around the world in real time. That's what I like. So, say for example, if there were, you know, like I said, you know, shadow people walking around, you know, there was actual werewolf people walking around. And there was actually witches, warlocks, and little gremlins. You know, what about gremlins? Are gremlins real? That's a real question. Do y'all think gremlins are real? What about mogwais? What about unicorns? What about dragons? Do you think those things are real? What about current events around the world of, let's say, this week's Torah portion specifically, one of my favorite subjects, earthquakes. Kind of cool. So I know I kind of went on a look, man, like, oh yeah, these over here. But the reality of it is these events and these things are happening around the world. So, you know, I can't tell you about Trump and Biden and politics. I'll be watching for Chariots. You know, oh, that's the verse. I can't tell you about Trump and politics. I'll be watching for Chariots. Dang, that's the verse right there. That's cool. So that's what I can do. You know, I can tell you about watching for Chariots. You know, one of the favorite things I like talking about the volcanoes that are going off around the world as we speak right now. As we speak right now, there are volcanoes going off. Maybe not right now, but within our lifetime, within our generation. And these volcanoes have electricity coming out of them. That's, you know, and I've spoken about this before. You know, I've showed videos on it before. I just want you all to know that we are living in some crazy times, man. It's one of the greatest times, too, in my personal opinion. And the reason is because we're getting to see a lot of biblical prophecies happen. We're getting to see, I mean, I don't know who's not interested in it. You know, who's not interested in actually seeing chariots, so-called UFOs, you know, every day. It's not a secret no more. You know, like the thing that happened in Florida, the aliens or whatever you want to call them, the entities that appeared in Florida, at the mall, or, we say it was a team fight or whatever, but, you know, these things are happening, and we can't deny it. The government, the news, day to day, just us driving down the street, like we're seeing these things are real, they're happening. So whenever you read about the Bible and you read within the Bible that the Most High did certain things, just go ahead and turn the camera on. All right, Shalom, Lakum. Yeah, rock on. Had to straighten my back. Had to straighten my back. All right, so when we see that these things really are happening around the world, and we are part of this time frame that they happen in, then that's interesting. That's very interesting to me. I was really fat when I used to have this garment. Now I'm skinny. Garment. I had this garment made. I was like, but now this morning I don't know what to say. So, 20 hours. So, this week's Torah portion, man, it goes into that, man. One of my favorite subjects with this Torah portion is this man that's in the Torah. His name is Korach, all right? So, Korach's in this week's Torah, all right? And overall, he had a horrible aura, okay? Boy, do I have a story for you. Let me tell you about a guy named Korach, all right? We use that as a chorus, the Korach chorus, if anybody want to write with me on that one. So, this week's Torah portion is so dope because when we look at what the Most High did, he's still doing it. I find out interesting things about reading the Bible. Like I said, I like to study stuff like cryptoids. I like to study stuff like current events that are going on around the world, like strange things. Like I talk about the earthquakes, the volcanoes. I talk about those things, because they're weird. So and we're living in weird times. All right. So we're gonna see with this week's Torah portion. Now, first of all, I want to apologize to all of you. Let me publicly apologize. Man, my sister just told me, she was like, man, you complaining a lot. I was like, yeah, like, you sure have been complaining. I was like, yeah, I have been. So, I'm kind of done with my whole, I think I'm done with that little phase. I don't think I'm getting any more amazed from people's behavior or from things that's happening around the world than I think I've been in the past year. But it feels like it's been 3 years too. So, I want to apologize to all of you, man, for being one, upset, and two, for complaining. I was listening to one of the songs by Damian Marley, man, that says, even though he's an Edomite, those Edomites are going to be excellent servants in the new kingdom. They're going to be excellent servants. They're starting to be excellent servants now. If you see an Israelite and they are belittling and berating Edomites or other Gentiles that want to join this our nationality, be mindful how you speak to them Israelites, because those brothers do know the word of the Most High, come from different angles. But for here, if a white young, if a Gentile or white man or anybody wants to come and serve God, I teach them to do so. All right. So the point of going it overall, you see these current events happening. We see that there was this man. We'll get right to it. We see that there was this man named Korach in the Torah, and when he came against Mashah, he came against Moses. He actually was coming against the Most High, and I seen that within myself. Whenever we complain, we complain about the situation the Most High put us in, as if he wasn't, the Most High don't know what we can handle. And it's like I knew that, but I forgot it. I guess I couldn't see the forest and the trees type situation. Weird. So anywho, so with that being said, man, that's another official apology, man. I want to, because once my sister told me, I was like, oh wow, I didn't peep that about myself. But of course, I did. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So salute to you, honey, Abakar. I gotta shake that off. All right, so this week's Torah portion was a huge help to me. So let's get to it real quick. We're gonna start our precept, and I have a lot of reading to do. Put a 7 in the room if you can hear everything okay. Hey, and make sure you share this out. Since you are watching, don't just spectate. Help other people to see. Today is a Shabbat day. It's the 7th day of the week. No esclavo. You're not a slave. You don't have to be a slave. So since you're not a slave, and since it's the Shabbat, and since the Most High commanded us to rest, since pastors are liars, a lot of them are liars. Some of them are good. I know this really good Zaquan elder up here in Cincinnati, man, Elder Zaquan Maya Ka'ala, man. Beautiful elder pastor. Beautiful pastor. Since the majority of them are liars. All praise, all praise, all praise. 70 shares, man, all praise. That's far I like that, 70 shares. Since a lot of them are liars, since today is the Shabbat day, you have a ministry. You have ministries, all right, throughout the Israelite community. So you might not like the way that we talk. You might not like the way that we look. You might not even like the way that we dress. But the reality of it is we're reading the word of the Most High God, and that's what a lot of our pastors fail to see. A lot of the subjects, that were given to us, they were given to us from our enemies, and we just weren't aware of it. So now that we are aware of it, we're in a safe place. All right. So I'm going to be reading the Torah straight up. We're also going to be digging into something else, which is, Flavian Josephus. Now, for those of you who know me, I'm huge on Flavian Josephus. That's my home. Flavian Josephus, Antiquities of the Jews. All right. I teach everybody under the sun to go and study that. So remember, the Torah portion teaching is an all-day thing until the Shabbat, the sun goes down. Some people choose to do it at this time, that time, whatever. When I wake up on so-called Friday, I'm thinking about the Torah. All right. So the actual reading can start whatever, but we'll be going until the wheels fall off. All right. So let's get to it real quick. I'm going to start our preset. I don't have a conference call number for anybody to call. So if you're watching here and you're a part of the community that's in Columbus and Dayton and Cincinnati and those that's a part of what we're doing, and it's even further than these regions, but I'm just naming these specifically. Our community primarily uses the conference call number. Well, right now I'm not using a cell phone unless it's like online. So if you're a part of the conference call whole group and you're watching and you can help others to watch and be a part of this, it's in the videos. And the reason being is because I don't like conference calls. They cool, but they don't help me to be interactive. Like I like to touch. I have to see. I have to read. I need community. So if you all are a part of that, then help everybody else to see and to hear too. Okay. So and you may be like that too. You might need community. I know I loved it when my school teacher read to me. When Miss Amy Van Housen read to me, I loved it. All right. So when my mother, my aunties, and my sisters, they read to me, I loved it. Who don't like having a word? Everybody else. But anywho, we're gonna get to this. All right. So let's window. We're gonna start our screen share. Uh, all right. So before we start our screen share, because now I wasn't expecting it. All right. So I can't do a screen share. That sucks, man. Pickle sticks are only pops. I forgot a way around that. There's a way around everything. Yeah. Oh, that sucks. There's a way around it. Oh man, I gotta figure this out. Okay, so I have my little pop up window. It's stuck on my screen. So let me see. 1 second. Be right back. All right, I had to go out and come back in the side door. All right, so I'm gonna try to do a screen share again, and I'm hoping that it doesn't. Oh man, that's terrible, man. Yo, I pray to my God that He sends somebody to help me with this stuff, man. Oh man. All right, I need a production team. I can go do this by myself. All right, I want to be able to read this to you all. Well, I can read it, but you won't be able to see it. All right. So let's just do it like that. I really was hoping to be able to screen share with you, but because of whatever, I can't. So I was actually hoping that there was going to be a team of Israelites that was going to be studying with me today on the Shabbat. That would have been cool, but they fell to it. So the best part to do is do like Moses did: pray for them, and ask them to do things. That's what he did this week. The most I knew things. Right? So, oh man, this sucks. I gotta step out and come back in. We're gonna do a screen share, but I'll read it to you. All right. So let's get all right. Numbers chapter 16. That's where we at. So I'm sad because I have so many things pulled up that I wanted to share with you all. Man. By Shem Mashiach Yahweh Shai, the water Yahweh. All right. So let's get right to it. You're gonna need your own books. You're gonna need your own. I'm so apologetic, man. All right. Goodness, that's fire. I want to share that. Can't share that. Let me see. And then I don't want to try it again because I don't want to keep you all waiting. Flat tire in the middle of a race. Just keep driving. All right. All right, let's get to it. Numbers chapter 16. So at this time, I'm going to have to ask you to go ahead and grab your own tools, grab your Bibles. If you don't have your Bibles, use yourself. Well, I encourage you to use your book. Your book got power. Books are spiritual. Paper is spiritual. That ink, that parchment, that is spiritual is powerful. And I would that you would be able to see what I want to show you. I'm so sorry, y'all. I don't really like quitting all like that, so I want to try one more thing. Hmm. Change the size of apps and text in the main display. Dang, it ain't even that. So let's get right to it. This is Numbers chapter 16 is where we are. We're going to go to Numbers chapter 16 through 17 and 18. That's 3 chapters within the Torah portion. The Torah portion, we're going to go to the prophets. All right. The prophet, we're going to read the gospel. The gospel is going to be very short. All right. The gospel is going to be a very short portion, but it's powerful and it's scary. Now, I need you all to notice that this week's Torah portion is dealing with destruction. It's dealing with straight death. It's dealing with rebellion. It's dealing with death. All right. So the Most High, God Almighty, we got to remember, people don't just die. All right. People don't just die. Okay. Everybody has an appointment. Everybody has an appointed time. And there's someone, the only one, who knows everybody's time. When Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly and sometimes accidentally calls Jesus, when Yahweh Shai was being mocked by his biological brothers, his comeback game was just ridiculous. I mean, he's the Messiah, he's Mashiach. So Hamashiach, the Messiah, Yahweh Shai, his brothers didn't like him, in case y'all didn't know. His brothers plotted against him. They was just not good brothers in the beginning. In the end, they were mighty and used for the Most High. Hallelujah. When it was the Feast of Tabernacles, people wanted to go against and kill Yahweh Shai. We wanted to beat him. We wanted to stone him. We wanted to be like, yo, where that dude that he off? His own biological brothers mockingly said to him, hey, if you are who you say you are, why don't you go up to Jerusalem and show yourself? Well, Yahweh Shai said, that's a pretty challenging thing. That's a hurtful thing. Yahweh Shai in his beauty, he says, my time is not yet, but your time is always. That's dope. Yahweh Shai said, it's not my time to die. He knew his appointed time to die. And then Yahweh Shai said, if you can die at any minute, he gave comebacks. Yahweh Shai's comeback game. Crazy. It's not my time to die, but you can die at any minute. That's crazy. So the point is saying such as everybody has a appointed time. Everybody has a appointed hour. So people take death not so seriously now as if it's not the Most High who's punching people's pockets. We got to take this thing seriously because we don't know. This week's Torah portion, and I'm so regretful that I can't show you the screen. You can't read it on. This week's Torah portion, Numbers chapter 16, verse 1. There's a man in it named Korach. Now, what Korach did was bad, but it don't mean that all of Korah's family was bad. Korah came from a very special bloodline, which is called the Levites. Today, we teach that the Levites are primarily known as the Haitians. And that's a very easy thing to see according to the book of Genesis chapter 49 and Deuteronomy chapter 33. 49, Genesis 49 and Deuteronomy 33. It gives the prophecies of what will happen to the children in the last days. You can also read the Testament of Levi. You can also look at the prophecies of what happened to the Haitians whenever they went into captivity to the French. They defeated their enemies, but the way that they were defeated was straight from the Most High. French called yellow fever. They vomited and they doo-dooed themselves to death for putting the Levites into captivity. The Most High said, suffer not to touch my anointing. So, out of a successful slave revolt, yeah, AT, Shabbat. That's what they say. So, today, the Haitians are known as the Levites. That's what I teach. That's what I'm going to continue to teach. I'm going to continue to teach that until it's proven different. If people just have an opinion about it because they don't like it, but they're not presenting anything, they're not speaking to me about it, or they're not just, they just want to talk about a 12 tribes chart, I consider those guys immature. I consider them immature. Because if you're not building, then you're just helping tear down. It's either your side or this side. Look, man. Just like they fit the biblical prophecies of the Levites, Negroes fit the prophecies of the Judites, the Reubenites. I wanted to say a couple other ites, but not so much. I know Mexicans fit the prophecy of the Issacharites. Like it or not, they do. They hung from trees. They was in slave plantations just like us. The whole families was murdered. What else? They were sold into slavery to Europeans, Caucasians. Their whole culture wore fringes with borders and blue and purple and ribbons and have feast days just like in the Bible. They eat unleavened bread to this day. Think tacos and tortilla shells is a guess? No, that's unleavened meals, homie. So they fit prophecy. So the point of it is, when we're looking at Levi is a very special family. If you know any brothers and sisters that's Haitian Levites, you might want to tell them about themselves. Like, hey, maybe you should look at this in the Bible. They might find themselves. And even if they're not, ain't nothing wrong with improving. Even if all of this stuff is wrong, even if everything I said is wrong, at least I try to teach you to worship God. All right. So this very special family that Korah came from was the Levites. Now, just because Levi did that doesn't mean the whole family did that. Excuse me, Korah did that doesn't mean the whole Levite family did that. So Korah was just one out of the branch. And Levi did other things. But the Korahites bloodline did not get wiped away. All right. We're going to read about this because I don't want there to be any confusion. Korah and his whole household that were with were killed. They were killed by God Almighty in the thousands. And it was a terrible event. It was a scary event. And that's why I started talking about it in the video about I like crypto. I like learning about, Sasquatch, monsters, unicorns, shadow creatures, look behinds, all those things that the Father protects us from. Those creatures of the night that's written about in the Bible, right? The monstrous apparitions that you can find in the Apocrypha. I like that because it lets me know that, yes, just like we live with cockroaches, just like we live with ants, just like we live with bees and these other substances that we can see, we also live in the same realm with forces that we can't see that Yahweh made. And the Most High is bringing these things out. So he's bringing these things out, but he's also bringing earthquakes about. He's also bringing a lightning. I'm so hurtful I can't show y'all these things. In the time frame, I believe Yahweh was going to use me and you to glorify him. So I like teaching and looking at these things because it proves the existence of Yahweh. Make sense? Korah's death was terrifying. All right. Let's get to it. Numbers chapter 16, verse 1. Now Korah, the son of Izhar, the son of Korach. Write down that name. Kohath. Kohath. Kohath was Korah's great grandfather. It was his Abba. Is that right? Wait. That's my grandfather. Oh, this is Abba. It's Abba Zakwan. Yeah, that's Abba. So it was his great grandson, grandson. Somebody help me out in the comments. All right. Now Korah, son of Ithar, son of Kohath. All right. So that would be Abba and then Abba Zakwan. So that's his grandfather. All right. So Kohath was given a very important job, and if you was paying attention in the last couple of Torah portions, in fact, the Most High taught us how to pack up his tabernacle and how to move his tabernacle. The Most High also traveled with the Negroes, Hispanics, North American Indians, as we know, the Hebrews, the true Israelites that the whole world know about. And you niggas that's here in America that's not taking on your nationality, that are Israelites, you have to take on your culture or you're going to die when Christ returns. We all going to die. But it depends on what side of the game we want to be on, what side of the playing field we want to be on. That's why I say I like talking about cryptoids, all these things happening around the world, because if these things are real, that means the Most High is real. That means his judgment is real. If he really performs slavery, that means he's really going to perform salvation. So he proves himself in major ways, and sometimes in increments. So you Israelites got to take back on your nationality. You have to take back on your culture. All right? Let's get back to this. Kohath was given a very special job of his family carrying the Ark of the Covenant. You understand? Okay? There was a pillar of fire by night that followed the Israelites. Whenever the Most High told us, that led us. Whenever the Most High was moving, a pillar of fire, we went with it. All right? The whole camp, big old, it was thousands of us. So this had to be a huge light coming down from the sky. I want to show y'all stuff so bad. Right now, there are pillars and columns of light coming down from the sky all over the world. If only I had the projection. All over the world, there's these different color beams of light. And it's like, yo, I just read about that. And it's not from the ground up. They're from the clouds coming down. It's in the Bible. The scripture says Yahweh Shai, because it was Yahweh Shai. This is all Yahweh Shai. It says Alahaya. All things are Yahweh. In these verses, though, it's not always the Most High Yahweh. In these verses, it's his son, which is Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai, Jesus, was in the Old Testament. It was him doing all these miraculous things in the Old Testament. He was a cloud by day. He was a pillar of fire by night. He was the one that gave us the water out the rock. He was the burning bush that talked to Mashah. He was the one that took the first breath out of every first one. This is all Christ knows. So unbelievers and New and Old Testament only brothers, they don't really, New Testament only brothers, they don't know what they're talking about. You just got to read in Hebrew. You got to read in Korach, Paleo Hebrew, and you'll see that it was Yahushua all in the Old Testament. It was him that was talking to the prophets. So as we had this pillar of fire by night, this cloud by day that led us, there was one specific family who carried Yahushua's vehicle. Yahushua's vehicle, his throne, is called the Ark of the Covenant. I would like to show you. The Ark of the Covenant, as described, is a huge chest, and it was created out of very expensive wood, shittim wood. Shittim wood is very expensive because it's pretty much known as kind of indestructible. As we know, a lot of things are destructible. But shittim wood is different. It's hard to burn. It has a lot of citrus in it. Insects don't like to eat it. It's got citrus in it. It lasts forever. It just, and then you take that wood and you overlay it with gold. Yeah. So this is what Yahushua's throne on earth. The seat that was on top of it is where the high priest would go and offer the sacrifice of the Day of Atonement. They got to crawl under a curtain, face down. You didn't just bust up in there. The Levite would have to get on all fours and crawl under the curtain on the Day of Atonement. So whenever we were traveling, this isn't a common chest. This thing was huge. Had gold poles going through it. Brothers in the front carrying it. Brothers in the back carrying it. The poles were so that we didn't touch it, because if we touched it, your soul would be instantly disconnected from Yahweh's Wi-Fi. So that means that these men had to be beastie. They had to be dump truck diesel. They had to be swole. They had to be strong, because inside of this chest there were also items like 2 humongous tablets with Paleo Hebrew writing on them that had the writing of Yahushua's finger. It had Aaron's rod in it, which was amazing. Israelite men should carry staffs. You should carry maqualia. You should carry rods. Salute to my friends from Hadia. A lot of them let me use the maqual for so many years. Aaron's rod could very well be seen as the source of a lot of different movie props, ideas, just like Mashah, just like Moses' rod. And guess what? Negroes, Israelites, we carry staffs, we carry maqualias. What do you think when these elders walking down the street and they just carrying a golf club that's just for the dogs? Not just for the dogs. Once they get into the motion, that staff, that having something with you, is with us. That's something that we carry with us. Generations over generations as a nation, we moved as an army. Yeah, we have Maqualium staffs. So this had to be a dump truck diesel tribe to be carrying this. Hey, everybody, we're still in verse 1. Numbers chapter 16, we're still in verse 1. The point is, I want everybody to know about Korach. If you can see my screen, you see what I was looking at. So apologetic. So Kohath and his family, sons of Levi, the Haitians. If you know any, tell them about this stuff. Hey, did y'all know y'all in the Bible? So, Numbers chapter 16. I'll finish this verse. The point of going in so heavy on that is because Korah, his father, his grandfather, and even the children that came after Korah's sons lived. There's a destruction that's coming, but there's also a redemption that's in it too. So even though Korah and his household was destroyed, his children had mercy, because his children, well, they didn't go down with Korah. And that's pretty cool. Numbers chapter 16, verse 1. Now Korah, the son of Issachar, the son of Kohath, the son of Lauyah, and Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, and On, the son of Peleth, sons of Rawaban, took men. That might have sounded like a lot. Basically, this is what it breaks down to. There was a man named Korah. He was a Levite. And then there were some Reubenites. Today, we know the tribe of Reuben to be those Negroes, even past, but known to be natives that were in Florida, who went up against the U.S. cavalry and wore regal headdress, and they called themselves the Sons of Israel. Negroes that were in America fled down into Florida to be with those Geechee, Gullah-Geechee, Reubenite Indians. Also, our families that are in Australia, some people consider them to be Reubenites. I can see how. But let's deal with this. Let's deal with the Negroes that were right here in America that went to war with the so-called white man for the fight of our lives. And while we fighting out of slavery, and shame on all of you who bought pop firecrackers, that was the real coon stuff, just to let you know. Nobody told you, you cooned out. You spent and you wasted your shekels for the daggone white man to make explosion sounds, and you just watched your money burn in front of you. How stupid is that? On the 4th of July, your people will be hung for treason and murder. Congratulations for celebrating your slave master's oppression of you, you good coon. Great job. Next year, don't do it. If you do, I hope you remember these words. All right. In 1892, in the 1800s, in the 1700s, Negroes was doing slavery. The sound of the explosions are sounds of death. Run, nigga. I bet my nigger's faster than yours, Jag. We'll see. Run, nigga. Why you think children and dogs, we be jumping, man? We don't like that. And then you so ill-mannered that you shoot deathly projectiles in the air to come down and potentially murder somebody. Whether you know it or not, if that person dies, it's just so stupid. You gotta let go of these heathen customs. Sparklers. How stupid that is? Yeah, I definitely don't mind. Because once the Most High showed me, I was like, damn, how stupid is that? So don't burn up your shekels. Learn Frederick Douglass's speech. What is the 4th of July to the American Negro? Go and look it up. Google it. Please. I'll read it to you. The day of disrespect. These Negroes that were in America that were fighting against the Europeans for the fight for our lives ran down to Florida to be with the Reubenites. So, Reubenites, primarily known as the Florida natives, Excellency, they fought their wars against Esau and they accepted the Negroes as America with ourselves, Judah, just like Harriet Tubman was known as Mother Moses. The point of saying such is to say, you have two tribes. Tribe of Levi. We're going back to the Bible now, everybody. Come on back. We're going back to the Bible. Numbers chapter 16, verse 1. It's just telling you that there were two tribes that came together against Moses. And this would make sense too, because these two tribes live close to each other. I can show you. The way that our camp, our army was set up was that the tabernacle of the Most High was in the middle. Boom, 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 boom. That's how we were set up. So on this side of the camp, you had the tribe of Levi and the tribe of Reuben. So you had Levites and Reubenites living next to each other, which gave them time to conspire against Masha, against Moses, to talk stuff about it. But Masha knows as he knew about it. He knew what Korah was up to. And as we read today, you're going to find out that, yeah, Korah wasn't a good guy. And you might even hear that you might not be a good person. Because I was like, oh, man, this is messed up. Ready? This week's Torah portion, Numbers chapter 16, verse 2. All right, we finally made the verse 2. Korah and the sons of Reuben took men, and they rose up before Moses, and certain of the children of Israel, 250 princes of the assembly. Remember that number, 250. Famous in the congregation, men of renown. And they gathered themselves together against Mashah and against Aharon, and said unto them, He takes too much upon you, seeing all the congregation are holy, even one, every one of them, and Yahweh is among them. Wherefore then, lift ye up yourselves before the congregation of Yahweh. Now, what's the problem with this statement? The problem with this statement is that these men, starting with Lawyah, starting with Levi, he rises up against Mashah and says, all of us are special. Mashah, why do you think you get this job? Moses, what makes you think you good enough? We all Levites. See? So the condition that he got into is called, what we know as covetousness. All right. The Most High said, thou shalt not covet. All right. I wonder if I switch this and if I go to, that might not work. Let me see. If I go to this screen, I wonder if y'all can see that. I don't know. This is what I'm reading for. All right. So, anyway, Numbers chapter 16. Right. So we have these two men, specific two tribes, who gathered themselves against Mashah and said, what? You take too much upon you. Or, hey, man, you doing too much. Hey, Mashah, man, you doing too much. Why you get to go before the Most High and my tribe got to carry the Ark of the Covenant? Mashah, you think I want to be a chauffeur driver? Come on, Mashah. We can do what you can do. Come on, Mashah. We know what you know. We got every book that you got, Mashah. I hate this. My bad. Yo, Mashah, we can do what you do. So, Moses, you take too much upon you. And then what? Seeing all the congregation are holy. Can you imagine Mashah standing there? Like, yo, where is coming from? What you mean? Yeah, we all are holy. But you not take too much upon myself. And when you read the narrative, Moses didn't say that back. He didn't even complain. And that's why I get beat up in my spirit at. Watch this. You take too much upon you, seeing all the congregation of are holy, every one of them, and Yahweh is among them. Wherefore then you lift yourselves above the congregation of Yahweh. Ain't that a bogus thing to say to somebody? That's bogus. Mashah was with the whole, every time, you know what? I'll let Moses speak for himself. And when Mashah heard it, he fell upon his face. Now, let me give y'all a real quick update. This is only verse 1, 2, and 3. All right. Now, verse 3 is what we just read. And it's very short. Verse 3 is short. But, oh, baby, when you read Flavius Josephus' account of it, oh, that's my Frederick Douglass speech, man. I got all kind of stuff. What is the 4th of July to a Negro animated? Man, I can't even play that for y'all now. My bad. Let me close these windows down. Frederick, oh, man. Oh, man. Here, you know what? Let me do this because you can have this. Yeah, I want you all to have this, all right? This is, all right. Sign back in. So I'm going to do that right now. That's cool. Oh, that's cool. I guess I'll do that. That works. All right. So here's the link right here. Check out this link. This link will take you to the Frederick Douglass speech. All right. And that's why, man, that mug is so fire because Frederick Douglass was standing in front of over 200 Edomites, telling them about how wicked they were for even asking them to come and speak. What are y'all doing? What are you talking about? Don't y'all know I'm one of these slaves? So anyway, so I got to close down these windows. But Antiquities of the Jews, here we are. So we're in the book of Flavius Josephus, Antiquities of the Jews, and we're in book number 7. Okay. All right. So there's that information. And let me get this to you. All right. I like to know things. I like to know things. And I like to share things. I've always been like that. All right. So here's the link that you have right there. This link right here is for where we're about to read. Okay. So let's get to that. I want you to, just in case. All right. And just in case, I don't know if you'll be able to, but I want you to be able to see it. All right. Flavius Josephus. All right. Antiquities of the Jews. And we're going to start at chapter number 4. All right. Antiquities of the Jews, book number 4. All right. And the link that I put up in there is this link right here. So you can see it for yourself. All right. I don't like hiding information unless we are instructed to. But when it's time for us to teach the people stuff. So there's that. There's your Frederick Douglass. Man, there's your Frederick Douglass speech. I'm going to close that window down. All right. 1850. I'm going to close that down. All right. Okay, here. All right. Project Gutenberg, fugitive slaves and its victims. All right. Samuel May. All right. I want to give this to you all also. Okay. This has more horrific stories of what happened to our nationality. And if you still want 4th of July and cool out, we'll cool out. All right, we'll cool out. Right. Don't it stink after the so-called 4th of July? The 4th of July, don't it stink so bad? You know what that smell is? That smell is sulfur. It's not healthy to breathe in sulfur. You know how stupid that is? And then on top of that, ain't that kind of like what hell's supposed to smell like? All right, so there's the book on, you know, go and research these things, man. You know, the slave, the law, the fugitive and slave law. All right, this book is wild. These were the laws that these Edomites, these devils had against us, that they still use against us today. Right? And why do I call them devils? Because you have to be a devil to rape, rob, murder, and hang another people from a tree while their children, family watching while you make things work for you. You gotta be a devil. So there go that window right there. So you're looking at that. All right, future slave laws and victims. All right, I got that. And here is my last one on this. All right, the last one on this because I'm sure I have this. All right, homework has already been done for you. All right, here you go. Just click on that link, and then you can have that information too for yourself. Closing it down, and we're gonna get back to that. Now that one I'm gonna save. I'm not gonna close that one. I'm gonna close that one. All right, we got it. Okay, so back to the Torah, Numbers chapter 16, verse 4. And when Moshe heard it, he fell to his face. All right. Now look, Antiquities of the Jews, book number 4. You want to go to book number 4 and you go to chapter 1. All right. Chapter 1, it says the fight of the Hebrews with the Canaanites without the consent of Moses and their defeat. So if you was paying attention, and salute to our brother Shamar, he did last week's Torah portion. That brother's a good teacher. I love that brother Shamar very much, man. I love you, all right. So Shamar did the teaching, the Torah portion teaching last week, and in the process of doing so, I believe it was Shamar. Well, one of the brothers. Yeah, Shamar. So and with that, we seen that Israel did something that was bogus. The Most High told us to not mess with the Canaanites. The Most High told us don't mess with the Hamites. Don't mess with them. Canaanites, Hamites, Africans, right? Long story short, the Most High said don't mess with them. So, Yasha Allah, we decided to go and try to fight against them without the Ark of the Covenant and without Moses. Well, guess what? They chased us away like bees. All right, like they wasn't scared of us or nothing. You know, I don't even want to do my Hamite accent. They were not afraid of us, and that's the Most High. He wasn't with us. So when that happened, you have to remember, within that last week's Torah portion, there was another group conspiring against Moses before we even got to Torah. Before we even got to Torah. So if you go back to last week's Torah portion, we was tripping with Masha. Back in that week's Torah portion. So Masha kept telling us, like, yo, what are you doing? We are doing. Stop the Most High. I'm going to be with y'all. In that group, Korach had to be there. those Reubenites had to be there. So Korah and the Reubenites from this week's Torah portion, they were back in last week's Torah portion. The same revolt, the same group. All right. So when you read that story from Flavius Josephus' account, there's so many more beautiful details. This week, what we're going to do is see the sedition of Korah. So now we're still in Flavius Josephus' book in the full, but we're in chapter 2. All right, chapter 5. Right? Abba. So we're in Flavius Josephus' Shabbat. All right, and this says the sedition of Korah and the multitude, because it wasn't just Korah by himself. It was 250 dudes with their families also. That was like, we should be priests too. Why do we gotta carry? Why do I gotta be this? Why I gotta be the one to wipe down all of it? I gotta polish the pole. My whole job all day is to polish the gold pole and then put it in the bag, and then they get to carry it. I want to be a priest too, Moses. And then the other one, like, yeah, you know, I should be a priest too, cause you know, they got me over here. I'm just a crumbler. I just help him carry the whatever. If that makes sense, though. I should be a priest too. So you had these different Israelites, 250 different personalities, all gunning for Aaron's job, all gunning for Moses' job. But their job was to carry, to be the chauffeur, to be the chauffeurs of the Ark of the Covenant. That was the job of the Kohathites. All right, and there's more details. So that's why it says, and the multitude look against one man against Moses, and against his brother concerning the priesthood. Ecclesiasticus, Sirach, chapter 26, KJV. This is Ecclesiasticus, chapter 26, verse 5. There be three things that my heart feareth, and for the fourth I was sore afraid. The first thing is the slander of the city. So now Masha is standing before all of these men, and now you got Yasha. Oh, y'all know we get turned up. We get turned up. I see one Israelite brother get turned up, and he tore the house up. You got all of these brothers in front of Masha. To stone somebody back in the day was to shoot them. To stone somebody, yo, we're going to stone you to death. That's what a bullet is. A bullet is just a fast and hot rock. That's it. If you stone, you shot, somebody got, yo, they got stoned to death. Julio got stoned to death. Stoned to death. He got stoned to death. They're just fast, hot rocks. That's all. So we were all standing in front of Masha, Moses, talking about stoning him to death. The slander of a city. The gathering of an unruly multitude. And a false accusation. All these are worse than death. And Masha, Moses, the mighty father, elder, big, our legislator. He did such a good job of carrying himself. He went through this. Sirach, chapter 26, verse 5. There be three things that my heart feareth, and for the fourth I was so afraid. The slander of the city, the gathering together of an unruly multitude, and a false accusation. All these are worse than death. So now we have the entire congregation, Numbers chapter 16, verse 4. We have the entire congregation coming against Masha. This is what he's going to do. Masha hit his face. He went down to his face. He prayed. But I don't want you all to think that his prayer was just normal prayer. Masha's prayers are scary. Moses' prayers are like, they start off good, and then you be like, okay, if he keeps talking, somebody's gonna die. If Moses keeps talking, and then it's like you be like, and then his prayers get serious. Let's check this out. In verse 4, it just says, Numbers 16, verse 4 says, Marsha heard of it, he fell on his face. And that's why it's important to read antiquity books, such as Flavius Josephus, because he was a Negro historian who wrote for our benefit. Right? So we'll get to that. That's going to be such a good treat. I got to read the Torah to you. That's going to be such a good treat. It's just, I want to just put it all together. I want to put this sandwich together. I want to give it to you. Okay. All right. So Numbers chapter 16, verse 4. And when Moses heard it, he fell on his face. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to scroll down and we'll get it. The Hebrew principal man's body. We'll get his prayer lined up. Now, Korah. Oh, also, I want to let y'all know this was an epic rap battle. It wasn't a rap battle, but it was definitely a beef. You know, and isn't that crazy? You know that two, like, look at that. I also think that the brothers in Florida, like the old ATK and I got so much to say on that. You know, but I personally believe that a lot of them were Levites. A lot of them are Levites. I believe that a lot of them are from the tribe of Levi, and they're going through and suffering the curses that we all are. You know, that's what I believe. So it's crazy that within this week, that two groups beefing, and then boom, there's murder, it's judgment, and then this week's Torah question, two groups beefing, and it's gonna be judgment. Overall, it's gonna be judgment either way it goes. All right. So I just be seeing the parallels and stuff. So let's look at this. This is Flavius. This is his speech on Moses' prayer. But he came near and lifted up his hands to heaven and cried with a loud voice, in order to be heard by the whole multitude, and said, O Yahweh of the creatures that are in the heaven, in the earth, in the sea, for thou art most authentic witness to what I have done. That it has all been done by thy appointment, and that it was thou that affordest us assistance when we attempted anything, and showed us mercy upon the Hebrews in their distress. Do thou come now and hear all that I have to say, for no action or thought escapes thy knowledge. Now, what Masha says next, his prayer is devastating. It's nice, but his prayer is devastating. And at the end of his prayer, what the Most High does is terrifying. This week's Torah portion, Numbers chapter 16, verse 4. And when Moses heard it, he fell upon his face. You see how short the Bible puts it, which is perfect, because that's all you need to know for now. But then when you go to Josephus, which was an eyewitness, and he was a record keeper. He wasn't there at the time of Masha, but he was an eyewitness to a lot of other things. He was an eyewitness, he was a record keeper, he was a master historian, he was a Levite. So his word is good. Josephus wrote down what Moses' prayer was, and it was lengthy. But the Bible just tells you that he fell upon his face. So if you want to learn what Moses said, what his prayer was, Flavius Josephus, chapter 4. Chapter 1. All right. Numbers chapter 16. We only in verse 5, y'all. Numbers chapter 16, verse 5. He spake unto Korah and unto all his company, saying, even tomorrow Yahweh will show who are his and who is holy. That's cold. Even tomorrow Yahweh will show who is his and who is holy. One of us is wrong. Man, Masha had to stand there with so much patience and look at his cousin, because Korah was Masha's cousin. So he had to stand and look at his cousin and be like, and I think I gotta learn how to do that. It's just, whatever. So get back to it. Numbers chapter 16, verse 5. He spake unto Korah and unto his company, saying, even tomorrow Yahweh will show who are his and who is holy. and will cause him to come near him. Even him who he has chosen will he cause to come near unto him. This dude, take you censors, Korah and all his company, and put fire therein, and put incense therein before Yahweh tomorrow. And it shall be that the man whom Yahweh doth choose, he shall be holy. Now watch this. This statement is cold. You take too much upon you, you sons of Levi. Hey, remember, Korah said it to Masha first. Let me go ahead and turn this way. Korah said it to Masha first. Korah said, you take too much upon yourself, Moses. Masha, he hit his face. He started praying. He said, look, this is what we're going to do. Y'all, all 250 of y'all come. Korah, y'all come. And we'll see who the Most High will pick. See, the problem is that the Most High already picked. So since Yahweh already picked, that's to say that Yahweh was wrong for picking Masha and Aaron. And that Korah knew better. You know what I'm saying? That makes sense. But this is how Korah was thinking. And I think this is also what leads us into the scripture where the Most High says, thou shalt not covet. I got my point. So anyway, so to say that Korah was covetous, I don't think that's wrong to say. It was. So Masha hit him back with the same line that he hit them with. You take too much upon you, ye sons of Levi. But he didn't say that to Korah. You notice that? He said, you sons of Levi. Now, all of these men that was with Masha, all these men that was with Korah, they had the choice, they had the chance to do something different. Some people stayed, some people separate themselves. All right, let's read. Numbers chapter 16, verse 9. Seemeth it but a small thing unto you that Allahiyah of Yasha'Allah has separated you from the congregation of Yasha'Allah? That's the question. Do you think it's a small thing that the Most High chose you to separate you Levites out of all of the 12 tribes of Israel? So you think it's so okay? So you're carrying the Ark of the Covenant. You don't like it, so you don't like your job. Hold on, wait a minute. You're carrying the curtains for the Holy of Holies, and you complain about that. So you think it's a small thing that the Most High separated y'all out of all of the Levites, out of all the Reubenites, Judites, Issacharites, Zebulonites, Benjamites, Naphtalites. Okay, all right. So y'all think it's a small thing, right? Seemeth but a small thing unto you that Allahiyah of Yasha'Allah separated you from the congregation of Yasha'Allah to bring you near to Himself to do the service of the tabernacle of Yahweh, and to stand before the congregation and to minister unto them. So that's to carry the Most High's vehicle. That's to do the operations inside the tabernacle and to do the sacrifices. Y'all think that's a small thing? That's a great responsibility that they had. But 250, including, see, Korah was cold with his words. Korah was cold with it. Korah was Masha Moses' older cousin. He was stupid, breaded up. He came from a wealthy family. While they're in Egypt, they had bread, they had shekel. And then he was older than Masha too. So you got an older cousin. That old man, I can't stand that. So you got that older envy spirit. Why you and why not me? Korah was older in age. He had more bread. He had more status. All right, and he's mumbling the whole time throughout, all of this. And he ends up, being a rebel route, bringing everybody against himself. But psychologically, I guess he had good reason. He was experienced. The people liked him. We'll see. Number 16, verse 10. And he hath brought thee near unto him, and all thy brethren, the sons of Levi, with thee. And seek ye the priesthood also? The Most High did this, and now you want to also take our job. Not just take our job. You
got the job of carrying the Ark of the Covenant, of breaking down the tabernacle, putting everything back together, making the oils, making the incense, making the unleavened bread, doing the sacrifices. When people come in and do their confessions, oh man, I committed adultery against my husband. You know what? I was betrothed, and in the time frame of my betrothal, you know, I actually went, you know, I fornicated. You know what, man? I stole my brother's ox. And I didn't. I should have stole my brother's ox, but I did. Hey man, you know what? I actually hate my cousin, man. Yeah, my cousin, man. One of his toes is bigger than the other, and whenever he comes around, man, I can't stop. And his toe, I hate my cousin's toes. See, to have that responsibility, the Levites were the counselors. The Levites was everything. If we had mold in our house, the Levites took care of it. If somebody died, the Levites took care of it. If I had gonorrhea, the Levites took care of it. Yes, gonorrhea is in the Bible. If I had herpes, herpes is in the Bible. The Levites took care of it. If I had leprosy, the Levites took care of it. Real estate issues, the Levites took care of it. So you Negroes got to learn your Bible. You got to learn who you are and the responsibilities of us when we get back to our field. That's it. Let's read on. So, verse 16. For which cause both thou and all thy company are gathered together against Yahweh. Masha says, y'all ain't up against me. He says, y'all up against Yahweh. And look at this. And what is Aaron? What did Aaron do to you? So y'all, okay, y'all against me, but y'all really not against me. Y'all against Yahweh. And what is Aaron that you remember against him? What did Aaron do to you? See how Moses speaking? You got to read this word like it is. You don't have to use my character, you know, the spirit that goes up with me. The word ruach, the word charisma, it goes into the word spirit. And the Most High gave the children of Israel spirit. He gave us charisma. But when you read this word, you got to read it as if it's already been written for and about your nationality. This Bible is Hebrew. This Bible, this ain't how Edomites talk. Go and read the British and the English records before they took over our culture. Man, this is Negro speak. Numbers chapter 16, verse 12. And Mashah sent to call Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, which said, we will not come up. So you had two specific groups, or two specific brothers that said, you know what? I know that y'all are beefing right now, but we ain't coming out there. So the Reubenites, these two brothers, I believe they were from the tribe of Reuben. All right, just to make sure. All right, they said, no, we're not coming, Mashah. No. Which was disrespectful in itself. That was disrespectful in itself to say that they weren't going to show up. They said, we will not come up. All right. And Mashah sent called to Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, that's the tribe of Reuben, which said, we will not come up. All right. When you're called to assembly, show up to court. All right. If you're an elder and you don't show up to court, that's a bad look. Even the little guy, even the little man got to show up to court. If you're an elder, shouldn't you show up to court? If you summons, show up. You're going to get a judgment regardless. Numbers chapter 16, verse 13. Is it a small thing that thou hast brought us up out of the land that floweth with milk and honey to kill us in the wilderness, except thou makest thyself altogether a prince over us? Let me explain that. First of all, let me check this. If you can hear me okay, put a 7 in it. All right. If I can be heard well, put a 7. All right. And then that'll help me to know, you know. So like, I didn't know that glare was so intrusive. I apologize. All right. So if you can hear me okay, put a 7 in it. All right. Let's get back to it. Is it a small thing that thou brought us up out of the land that floweth with milk and honey? That's an offense. Egypt wasn't the land that flowed with milk and honey. So now these Negroes, which Reubenites kind of act like that, you know, like you brought us out of slavery. We was doing just fine in America. We had pork chops, we had chicken, we had gizzards, we had sauerkraut, we had just naming off stuff. I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm just naming off. So we had Netflix, we had porno, we had, I mean, just anything that you can think of that's accessible in Egypt. They were complaining. We had this in Egypt. So what an offensive statement to say. Is it a small thing that thou brought us out of the land that flowed with milk and honey? Egypt was not the land that flowed with milk and honey. But this is what we're saying back to Moses. We wasn't. Judah wasn't in it. My name's Judah, and I ain't in it. Judah was over there like, I ain't in it. But the Reubenites, is it a small thing that thou brought us out of the land that's full of milk and honey to kill us in the wilderness? That's offensive. You think I brought you to the wilderness to kill you? Yahweh brought us out here. The Father told us to come out here. Except thou make thyself altogether a prince over us. You just want to be the elder. You just want to be the head over us. These hurtful words, these are very hurtful words that we were saying to Moses. Very hurtful. I don't know if y'all can see that though. One more. Put it back where it was. Put it back. All right. Moreover, thou hast not brought us. Okay, I'm pointing at the wrong house. I'm supposed to be over here. I'm like, moreover, thou hast not brought us. Thou hast not brought us into the land that floweth with milk and honey, or given us an inheritance. You ain't gave us no land. You ain't gave us no milk. You ain't gave us no honey. Everything that they're arguing about is carnal things. Why? Because these dudes were from the tribe of Reuben, and they were older than Moses. So you got older Levite, and you got older Reubenite family, and everything that they're arguing about is worldly stuff. It's all worldly stuff. We ain't even made it to where we're trying to get to. And this is how I perceive things now also. If somebody's fighting against me, we still in the car, we ain't even made it to the destination. You didn't even make it this far in the trip. I don't want to go in a circle in the wilderness. Moreover, thou hast not brought us into the land of full of milk and honey, or given us an inheritance of fields and vineyards. Look thou put out the eyes of these men, we will not come up. That's very good. We will not come up. No. Now keep in mind, these are the same guys that were from last week's Torah portion that wanted to go to war with the Canaanites at the wrong time. And when Masha was like, don't do it, they're like, we're going to do it anyway. And at first, they were supposed to go. They're like, we ain't going. Oh, you ain't going? Oh, okay. Oh, okay, we'll go. Nah, don't go now. That's how last week's Torah portion was. Hey, y'all supposed to go to war. Man, we ain't going. All right, well, y'all going to be in trouble. Oh, we'll go. Nah, don't try to go now. We're going to go anyways. Why y'all going to go and disobey the Most High? And then got destroyed. The Torah is dope. Learning our history, our characteristics, it's crazy. That's why I cannot be monotone. I can't do it. There's too much excitement in this. Numbers chapter 16, verse 14. Moreover, thou hast not brought us to the land of floweth with milk and honey, or given us an inheritance of fields and vineyards. Look out, put out the eyes of these men. What you gonna do? Gouge out our eyes? What you gonna do? What you gonna do, Moses? What you gonna do? We will not come up. Now look at this. And Moses was very wroth. I don't know if you all can see that, but we're definitely going to open this word up. The scripture says Moses was wroth. It says Masha was very, here go our word right here, is H2734. All right, H2734. All right, can anybody pronounce this for us? All right, can you see these characters? If you're watching it by y'all, I know somebody, I can't see the screen. I can't see who's watching right now because I'm on this screen. But can anybody pronounce this? All right. Man, that sounds like the beginning of. Okay. No, it's not. No. So I know what this is, but I want to see if any of you can figure it and tell me. Now, I'll help you out, okay? I'm not the type to leave people hanging. All right, I don't like that. I don't like people who leave people hanging. I should be looking at that. I don't know what I'm thinking. I'd be like, all right, so here's how you can pronounce it. All right. But this is how, you see, this is so cool. This is transliteration over here. This is how it's actually pronounced in Paleo Hebrew. The pronunciation, this is how the Jewish people pronounce it. Now, you see how that works? So they show you, because they can't lie. They can lie, but you know. So the transliteration, this is how it's actually pronounced to a degree. And this is how European Jewish pronounce it. So can anybody put the phonetic spelling of this in here? Now, if you can, or if you already did, great job. All right. I'm going to read it to everybody. All right. The first character right here is ka, ka, ka. The second character is ra, 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 the ra'ash. This third character is ha, ha, ha. All right. So when we put these three characters together, we have Ka, Ra, and Ha. Ka, Ra, Ha. Ka, Ra, 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 Ra. Woo! That's a harsh word. Ra. You know what Ra means? It means kindle. It means wrath. It means hot. It means angry. It means displeased. It means fret. It means incensed. It means burnt. Earnestly grieved. Very. To be hot, furious, burn. Become angry. To be kindled. To burn, kindle. To be angry with. To be incensed. To burn, to kindle. To heat oneself. And look at this. In vexation. In vexation, I'm vexed. Let's go down to Justinius. To be burnt, to be kindled. All right. Let's go back up. So to say less, Masha was pissed. All right. That's a word that we can put in there. We can put pissed. All right. That's an early this generation. If you don't have permission to say that, though, don't say it. Okay. I have permission to say it because of my age. So I have permission to say it. If you don't have permission to say it, just understand what it means. If somebody's pissed, it means they're don't touch me. You're mad. Don't touch me. You're mad. All right, you're displeased. Now, something else that I think is beautiful about this is this Rosh verse. All right, is that there's been other examples of people being wroth in the scriptures. Like Jacob, he was wroth with Rebecca, and Rachel. Jacob was wroth with Rachel when she said, "Give me a baby, or else I'm gonna die." He's like, "What? I'm doing what I can. I'm putting it where it go. The Most High is not letting you get pregnant." And that's what Jacob said. He said, "Am I in the place of Yahweh?" And she said, "Give me a baby unless I die." And it's so funny now. I'm that one. The world's is the whatever, and I'm like, "Give me a baby." So Jacob became wroth with her. So we have examples of heated anger. Korach. All right. Korach. Okay. So let's get back to this. So Numbers chapter 16, verse 15. And Moses was very Korach and said unto Yahweh, "Respect not thou their offering." Whoa. Whoa. Do you all understand what this means? Respect not thou their offering? I can't just read past this. What good self-respecting teacher would just read past? Everything that we do has to do with giving Yahweh's offerings. The entire book of Leviticus. If you want to get back right with Yahweh, you got to get an offer. Masha was so Korach. He said, "Respect not their offering, Yahweh. I have not taken one ass from them. Neither have I hurt one of them." Masha said, "I haven't wronged them. Don't respect the offering." And Abahaya heard. You know it's bad when Moses pray against you and say, "You know what, God, don't accept this sacrifice." That's bad. Numbers chapter 16, verse 16. Wa Masha Amar. And Moses said unto Korah, "Be thou and all company before Yahweh, thou and they and Aaron tomorrow." Now let me break this down for you. We're reading this in short form, but the details are so much more beautiful. So Masha, he's confronted with Korah, and then afterwards, Masha turns to the Reubenites, and he says, "Come talk to me. Let's fix this." And their answer back, they didn't go talk to Masha. They said, "The messenger. We're not coming to you." No. Matter of fact, brought us from America. We was living good. And now we out here. Look, we ain't got no running water. We gotta. They had water. We just had to work for it. All right, that's it. We just had to work for it. And that's beautiful. That's another lesson I'm learning. We gotta work for it. We gotta work for it. We gotta work for this. So now Masha Moses, he turns his attention from the Reubenites who just disrespected him. And remember, he was rough. His last words, most please don't accept it. So now Masha turns back to talk to Korah. And Masha says to Korah, be thou, be you, and all your family, everybody that's with you, all your company, if y'all with Korah, y'all come through. Before Yahweh, thou and they, and Aaron tomorrow. And take every man his censer. Now, for those of you who don't know, a censer is an incense burner. Okay, so the Levites, if you want to be a Levite, then you had to bring your own place. You had to be a sacrifice. You had to, you had to do your job. Right. So, censer. All right, censer, fire pans, snap dishes, fire holders, censer, fire pans. Dishes, tray, fire pans. Okay, let me show you this. All right. Censored. We're just gonna take copy. I'm gonna go up here to Google Image, and I hope that this is showing on my screen. I hope you all can see this. I'm just gonna put that word there. And when you look at, you might recognize this from the Roman Catholic Church. Okay. You might recognize these. Some of you might have these in your houses. These are censers, okay? So you put that holy incense, holy spices inside of these, and as you walk, you just swing it, all right? And the incense or the anointing will go throughout the whole room. All right? So we had these. This is in the scriptures. We had these come from us first. So Masha says 250 of y'all, all of y'all bring y'all censers. All right, so that's what we're looking at. Now it's very important that you understand the 250 and that you understand the censers, because when we read from Josephus' account, you're gonna see something pretty terrifying. I didn't think that the Most High did this, and then once I read it, I was like, oh, how was scarier than we thought. So he's so terrifying. So those 250 numbers, those 250 censers with your incense burners are important. And I encourage you, go out and get you some incense burners. Go and get you some censers. Ask them to try to bring some censers to your Israelite household. All right. So let's read one. All right. And take every man his censer. We're in the book of Numbers, chapter 16, verse 17. And take every man his censer and put incense in them. Now we know that these incense are the holy incense that are from the book of Leviticus. I don't remember what it is. Does anybody remember what the spices are, the holy spices and holy oils? Will you please post them in there so I can learn where they are also? I forgot. So if you are watching, look up where the holy spices or the holy oils are. Post them in here. So it wasn't just any incense, and we're not allowed to make the same confection. We're not allowed to make the same mixture of it. Okay. So, and put incense in them, and bring ye before Yahweh every man his censer, 250 censers, thou also and Aaron, each of you his censer. Now you see that word right there is in italics. It looks different than the rest of the word. It really don't say you there. It just says each of his censers. Right? So, and they took every man his censer and put fire therein, and laid incense thereon, and stood at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation with Moses and Aaron. Now, it's official. The rap battle of who Yahweh is going to choose, of who is the Levite, is officially beginning. It's not a rap battle. It's not a beef. It's a very serious matter. This is the covetous man, 250 men, including other people that are trying to, be like, we can do better than what y'all doing. All right, listen, everybody. If your house puts you in position, other people try to knock you out your position, don't complain. Don't complain. Look at the people that's coming against you. We'll talk to them outside. That's what I would advise myself. Yeah. I was like, they lying. Like, this is unjust. But everything that's in your head, like my big brother Zephaniah Big Judah say, I love you, King. My big brother Zephaniah Big Judah, he said, man, you know, my grandma told me, man, he said, I'm sorry, that was a terrible Zephaniah impersonation. I went way too fast. He talks slower than that. He says, you know, my mama told me everything that's in your head don't need to come out your mouth. I'm so sorry for my terrible Memphis accent. Ay, Dios mío. But was that true? And I love Zephaniah, man. Everything that's in your head when it comes to God. So let's get back to this. Numbers chapter 16, verse 19. Korach gathered all the congregation against him until the look at whoa. And Korah gathered. Korah gathered all the congregation against him until the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. Now think of the boldness of Korah. Now he knew the ins and outs of the tabernacle. He knew the secret panels. He knew where Aaron stashed the lollipops. And you know, Korah knew. So how did Korah not know that his life was in jeopardy? How did Korah? I don't get that. How do people know and still do what they do? How do people know and still go forward? And Korah gathered all the congregation against him, which was the glory of the tabernacle of the congregation. And the glory of Yahweh appeared unto all the congregation. Now look at this phrase real quick. Does it say Yahweh appeared unto all the congregation? It doesn't say that, does it? It says the glory of. That's a representative. The glory of Yahweh is a representative. I don't know. Let me see. Kabawad, the glory, the honor, the gloriously, honorable, the Kabawad, glory, honor, glorious, riches, honor, splendor, glory, honor, dignity, honor, reputation. Booyah! Gotcha. And the Kabawad, the honor, the reputation, the reverence of Yahweh. Yahweh Shai is everywhere in the Bible. You just got to know which name to look for. Wahawabad, right? This whole thing is about against murmuring too, man. This week's Torah portion really punched me in my gut, man. It cut me and it healed me. It's healing me. I am going through a healing process. You know, and I want to say Tawada, thank you to all you Mashbachayim who've been supportive. Tawada to my Aquaf Amaria, who never fails to send me the Torah portion. Masha, who never fails. I have so-called family members who don't even say Shabbat Shalom to me anymore. Israelite whole elders who don't say Shabbat Shalom for what? For what? Over a testimony, a felonious testimony. But then all praise. Sister Amaria, Tawada, she did the heading for the post. Brother Masha. Those are just two honorable mentions out of many. Just two honorable mentions. All right, so I want to tell you all the water stuff. All right, let's get back to this. All right. Numbers chapter 16, verse 18. And they took every man his censer and put fire in them and laid incense thereon and stood in the door of the tabernacle of the congregation with Moses and Aaron. And Korah gathered all the congregation against them unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and the glory of Machayah, all right, was that what you said? The glory, the reputation of Yahweh appeared unto all the congregation. So you got to know how to read the Bible. And these so-called Old Testament only Israelites, how? How are they Old Testament only and they don't know how to break down the different things in the different places of Yahweh? Let me show you, or not just that, but you know, they just don't want to believe. They don't want to believe in Yahweh. And that's why he said, those that won't serve me, bring them before me and cut off their heads. So we seen that the word glory, right? It said unto the congregation, unto the door, tabernacle, congregation, and the glory. All right, we see a word in the wad is the word glory or the reputation. So it says, look, it don't say Yahweh alone because it says Yahweh down here. So it don't say it was Yahweh. It was the reputation of Yahweh. It was the honor of Yahweh. It was the glory of Yahweh. That's a representative. That's Yahweh Shai in the Old Testament. And I want to tell all you Israelites, don't lose faith in Hamashiach Yahweh. I straight Mike Tyson, that whole statement. Don't lose faith in that. Do not lose faith in Yahweh Shai. All right? Do not lose faith in Hamashiach Yahweh. So Chabawad, Yahweh, the reputation of Yahweh. This is who we were dealing with. Now let's see what the reputation of Yahweh, how he handled this situation. Verse 20. Verse 21. Now look at what the Most High said by his representative. Separate yourselves from among this congregation. So now the representative of Yahweh comes. Korah and the 25 men, 250 men, they like, we're going to see who Yahweh going to choose. Yahweh Shai shows up and says to Aaron and Moses, he says, get away from them so I can kill them. What? I don't think that's what Korah was expecting to hear. Or those 250 men. Separate yourselves from among the congregation that I may consume them in a moment. Consume them in a moment. That I might kill them right now. Consume. Consume, done, end, finish, fail, accomplish, done, spend, ended, determine, away, fulfill, fainted, destroy, left, waste. See, we gotta say, somebody needs to say, the water Yahweh. Now watch this, say, the water Yahweh for Moses. Masha Moses was our grandfather. Masha Moses stood there and took all that verbal, all of that wicked speech, all those unnecessary words. He stood there and took it. And then when Yahweh Shai came down, when the Kabbalah came down, when the representative came down and said, Masha, separate yourself, I might consume them in a moment. Let me show y'all another word for consume. Watch this. Let me show you. In case you didn't know, let me show you this. All right. Consume. Oh, Yahweh, so good. I love you, y'all. So this week's Torah portion is Isaiah chapter 66 for the prophet portion. Watch this. In the same prophet portion, Isaiah chapter 66, KJV Blue Letter Bible. The way that the Most High consumes is, how did he consume his sacrifice? Does anybody remember? How did the Most High consume his sacrifice? Were he consumed with water? Were he consumed with dirt? Were they consumed with forks and knives and barbecue sauce? Or were they consumed with fire? They were consumed with fire. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 66, and I love Yahweh because there's so many reasons. This week's Torah portion is Isaiah 66, and we're going to be coming here early just to get a word here. Isaiah chapter 66, this is one of my favorite verses, verse 15. Isaiah chapter 66, verse 15 through 17. And I want to share this part right here, but we're going to read verse 15. All right. And it says, for behold, Yahweh will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind to rivet his anger and his fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by sword shall Yahweh plead with all flesh. And the slain of Yahweh, the slain of Yahweh shall many. They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh and the abomination of his mouth shall be consumed together. So we see that word consumed there again. Let's go to it. All right, let's go to it. Let's get it. All right. Shall be what? Consumed. All right, here we are. Consumed, utterly, and perish. To cease, to come to an end, to make to an end. This is what Yahweh said when he said that he would consume, that I may consume them in a moment. You see that? So we need to say, Tawadi Yahweh, for Abba Shah. Thank you, Father, for our grandfather Moses, because Yahweh was so angry with us, he was going to kill the entire Israelite nationality a bunch of times. And that's something we got to learn, man. Niggas is really ungrateful. Negroes are so ungrateful. We're ungrateful, and we also take, we take things too lightly. The fact that Moses could have been like, yeah, you right, Yahweh Shah, burn them all, especially that one. Hey, don't accept his sacrifice. I want you to burn his feet. And I want you to burn. My Shah could be like, hey, yep. My Shah could be like this. I had a brother do that to me in a car that we was having a debate, and it was a good debate. And he hit me with it. And I wasn't mad about it. I loved it. Hey, come Yashra, Yabraka, Yabashana Shah. All right, we just had somebody come in. We got Masha, Shalom, Yabraka, Yabashana Shah.
Yahamashabrata, Shonwan, Waha, Shabbat Shalom.
Waha, Shabbat Shalom, Lakagam, Malawan. I appreciate you, Saint. Did you have anything you want to bring out before we get back to reading?
Con. We all should be thankful for today, the holy day. Thankful for as a new moon, as we come to as a family, we praise together as a Mashakah, showing much love and interest of the Most High, one body, one nation. Keep on loving, everlasting love for our brother Yahweh Shah. Khan.
Salute. Thawada for that, man. Excellent, beautiful salute, brother. Greatly appreciate it, King. Thawada, greatly appreciate it. Yo, so what you think about this week's Torah portion so far, man? We're not all the way through it, man, but what you think about it, brother?
Man, it's beautiful. I said very beautiful Torah portion. Wonderful. And, appreciate it for the great teaching and whatnot. And the Wadi how give you the wisdom of teaching. I got mad respect and mad love. You're a great, very great teacher. Con.
I got mad respect and mad love for you too. May the God of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob bless you. The same God that made me, the same God that made you. You're a good teacher too. For those of you who don't know, contact Rashid King Nellums. He's a very, very, very studious, not only in Paleo Hebrew. Don't let the looks fool you. Masha will beat the brakes off of you in Tekken. All right. This man is a beast. And yes, I said it and I switched gears real quick. Masha beat the mess off of me in Tekken and a couple other video games. And he's one of my favorite big brothers. And I love that brother, little brother, big brother. So I love you, man. Throw out for your brotherhood. After the Shabbat, brother, I want my rematches. I want my rematch from you guys. My controller went out, brother. Ooh, brother. That brother.
I waited anytime.
Amen. The Most High will after the Shabbat. We should get a game room started for all of us family members, man. After we finish the Shabbat, we'll play the game or something. But yeah, Khan. So we're gonna get back to the Torah portion reading, brother. Anything else?
I knew. That's all.
Okay, I yield the floor too. Okay, you yield. Okay. All right. Again, throughout everybody, and that's our big brother, Masha Rashid King Nellums. He's still on with us. He's just backstage. If anybody wants to join, as you can see, I don't know if you see behind the screen on here, but if you can, all right. If you can, look at that. Wow, that's but if you can, Masha, he's on screen. So he's still behind the scene with us. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and mute him up, and whenever we're ready. Matter of fact, I ain't gotta mute him up. That brother, All right, we're gonna go ahead and go to the Torah portion.
So let's get back to it. All right. So Numbers chapter, all right, 16 and verse 21. Right. So we see that Korah could not have been expecting this. The Most High said, what? Separate yourselves from among this congregation, that I may consume them in a moment. That's terrible. We looked at that word consume. That word consume means bring to an end, to destroy, to burn up. Look at this. And they fell upon their faces and said, O Allahia, the Allahia of the spirits of all flesh, shall one man sin? Look at this. And they, which will be Aaron and Moses and Aaron, fell upon their faces and did what? And said, Oh Allah, oh Allah, Allah, Allah. Let's go to this word real quick, all right? Because it says, oh God, God, all right? Upon their faces and said, now, ooh-wee, look at this. Don't you love your language, everybody? Don't you love this truth? Guess what it says right here? It says, Allah, 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 Allah. Oh, you thought Allah was an Arabic word? And you see that right there where it says El? Well, this is the Ah character in Hebrew. And this is the Lamad character in Hebrew. Whenever you say Ah and Lamad together, you get Allah, Allah. Pretty interesting, huh? God, God's power, mighty, godly, great, idols, Emmanuel, all right, might, strong, God, God like one, mighty one, men of rank, mighty heroes, angels, God, false gods, demons, imaginations, gods, the one true God, Jehovah, mighty things and natures, power and strength. So the word that's here, and I love this so much, because as we study, we like, hold on, wait a minute. We've been reading this Torah for years, and we always see something new. I feel bad for those who don't hang in there. They ride the wave for a second, and they run back into the world, and that's just running back to the vomit, man. You learn something new every time you read this or you listen to this Torah. Every time you listen to it, it's impossible to hear this word of Yahweh and not be rejuvenated or to not learn, because it's a living word. All right. So I don't want anybody to think it's wrong for you to say Allah, and don't think that's just an Arabic thing or a Muslim thing. The word Allah, as you've seen, is the word power. And they fell upon their faces and said, Allah, 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 Allah of all spirits of flesh. Why? Because Yahushua is the God of all gods. There's no other powers that's on this earth that's over Yahushua. You have Yahweh, Yahushua, and Yahweh put everything under his son's authority. Okay? So he's called the Allah, Allah of the spirit of spirits of all flesh. Shall one man sin? This is Korah's doing. Allah, Allah. Shall Korah sin, and will thou be wroth? Like I was just wroth? I know I was wroth, but Allah, Allah, don't be wroth. Will one man sin and thou be wroth with all the congregation? So one man sin, and y'all hear what Masha said? Because Allah, Yahushua, you like that? Yeah. Yahushua, Allah, Noah. He said, get away from them, Masha, that I might burn all of them up in one instant. The whole congregation. What did I do? I was just over here eating popcorn. We need to tell Masha the water Yahweh for Elder Masha. And Yahweh spake unto Masha, saying, speak unto the congregation, saying, get you up from about the tabernacle of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram. You see how Yahweh loves us so much? Because at first he was going to kill us all. You better take note of that. He's out here skating on grace. Like the laws of Moses don't apply to the times of today. Yahweh was going to kill all of us. And what did Masha say? Masha said, please, will you kill all of them? Not us. Not me and Aaron. And not me and Aaron. But will you kill all of them because of one man? And then Yahushua, Allah, as you just read it, and as we proved it, and then Allah said, all right, tell everybody else to get away from Korah, Dathan, and Abiram. That's a cold statement. You know what? I'm going to kill everybody. You don't want me to kill everybody? Okay, everybody get away. Move. Korah, Dathan, Abiram about to get hit. Yes, you want to get hit. You better get out the way. And then Yahushua had that tight lip. He's like, You want to say what? He had that tight lip. And Masha rose up and went unto Dathan and Abiram, and the elders of Yasha'Allah followed him. And he spake. So this is Masha. And he spake unto the congregation, saying, Depart, I pray you, from the tents of these wicked men, and touch nothing of theirs, lest ye be consumed in all their sins. So remember, the competition was the 250 men and Korah meeting at the tabernacle of Yahweh. I got an idea. Hold on. Moses' tabernacle. Okay. We can do some visual representations if you all can see this. Hey, Masha, are you still on? You tracking with us? If you can, let me mute your mic for you. Hey, Masha, can you see this picture clearly on the screen behind me?
I can.
Man, that's wonderful. Do you think the people online can see it clearly?
I'm not sure.
Are you online?
On Facebook?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I can get on Facebook quick.
Well, I don't want you to be disturbed. I was just wondering, but so I want to see if everybody could see this. All right. Now, this is just like it's a good representation. So imagine here. Now you have 3 tribes on this side. Okay, let me see. Oh, this is gonna be a video. I don't want no video. No. We don't want no video. So you have 3 tribes on this side, 3 tribes behind, 3 tribes on this side, 3 tribes on this side. Now the 250 men lined up outside the tabernacle, right? 250 men lined up out here with Moses, with Aaron. Yahushua, boom, he comes down, and Yahushua says, Moses, Aaron, get away from them. I'm about to kill everybody. Outside of this tabernacle door, this is where this event is happening. Now, this is just a representation so you all can have a visual, all right? Now, after Masha and Aharon be like, Allah, will you kill all of them because of this one man? Allah said to us, okay, tell everybody else to get away from Korah, Dathan, and Abiram. So what did our next narrative say? It means Masha, Moses, had to leave from here and run around to this side of the tabernacle. I want you all to, and I want you all to understand it so wonderfully. So the south side wall, this is this is the east side wall, this is the south side wall. So on the south side of the tabernacle, I'm Judah, I'm east side tabernacle, east side, Judah, east side. So south side would be the tribe of Reuben. All right, so Reuben and the Kohathites, they were on the south side. So Levi, Masha and Aaron, now they run to all of the Israelites that's on the south side of the camp. Okay, so he didn't need to go to the east side. He needed to go to the west, to the north side. He needed to go to the west side. All right, if you from the west side, throw up the doves. If you neighborhood, if you from the north side, throw up the ends. I'm east side. I'm Judah, east side tabernacle. So Judah, Levi, Moses did not have to go to these sides. He only stopped what he was doing there and said, all right, and he ran to the south side of the tabernacle to go and warn everybody to do what? And he spake into the congregation, saying, depart, I pray you, from the tents. See that? So he had to go into their camp and say, depart from the tents of these wicked men and touch nothing of theirs. Hey, listen, don't touch nothing. Get away from your houses. Hey, everybody, out. Come here. See, that's what was going on here. You need to understand. You need to see this, family. Don't touch nothing of theirs, lest ye be consumed in all their sins. Now, watch this. This is called the transference of energy. So we've seen this before. Deuteronomy chapter 7, KJV, Blue Letter Bible. Deuteronomy chapter 7, we're going to go to verse 25, 26. Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 25. All right. Now, this is why within my household, not only do I not have certain things, I also don't allow certain things into my household, because it is possible for you to have cursed items in your house and you didn't even know it. Let's read it. The graven images of their gods shall ye burn with fire. Thou shalt not desire the silver or the gold that is on them, nor take it unto thee, lest thou be snared therein. For it is an abomination unto Yahweh thy Allah. Neither shalt thou bring an abomination into thine house, lest thou be a cursed thing like it. I got it memorized, so I'm kind of reading it fast on point. Bloody how he gave it to me. A cursed thing like it, but thou shalt utterly detest it, and thou shalt utterly abhor it, for it is a cursed thing. One time I found this very beautiful cross, and it was covered in beads. And for those of you who don't know, I like beads. I like beads. I don't know what it is. I like fringes. I like beads. I want beads in my beard. You feel me? That's just my thing. You feel me? It's just I all praise. So it was an array of and I took it was a wire. I took it apart, and I had made the beads. And I had made a necklace out of it. And then the Holy Spirit convicted me. It was like, yo, that came off an abomination. Now, is the cross itself an abomination? No, it's a symbol of torture. It's a device, for torture. But it was more than likely an item that was venerated too. So somebody probably worshipped it, prayed, it's like, he held in their hands and all that stuff. If they took time to make it, I just was so careful. So I ended up getting rid of it. All right. And another time I had an evil eye. I had it's called the well, they call it the evil eye, but yeah, anyway. Here, let me show you. Evil eye. All right. So if you all see this, and you can go back and look on some of my journeys when we were in Turkey, the Wadi Hawa by Shamash, we seen this everywhere. All right. So this is supposed to ward off evil to come towards you. All right. It's a talisman. All right. So this is literally everywhere in Turkey. All right. The Hamza hand. That's called the Hamza hand, or the hand of Miriam. Here, let me click on this one. So you might see this. This is called the Hamza hand, or the hand of Miriam. Okay. Usually as you see, it has two projector protruding thumbs like that. All right. So within the Hamza hand, you'll also see the evil eye. Okay. So I had one of those. I had brought it back from Turkey with me, and it was like this. It was huge. It looked like this. It was huge. It was authentic. This jeweler had gave it to me. So I brought it back and I put it on the counter, and I'm telling y'all, that mug crawled away. I brought it back to America so I could break it. I was gonna be like, yo, scripture says, hey, you destroy the abominations. Man, I put that mug on the countertop, took too long to do it, that mug slithered away. So don't be having to hold abominations, man. You feel me? Let's get out of that. All right. So the point of saying that is to say, Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 25, it says, the graven images of their gods shall you burn with fire. Thou shalt not desire the silver or the gold that is on them, nor take it unto thee. Right? And it says what? Lest thou be a cursed thing. See, it's an item, but you're actually a person. So Yahweh said, thou will be a cursed thing like it. All right. So it's very important to stay away from those things that the Most High said don't have around us. All right. So Aaron says, Moses, Mashah, he says, we're back in Numbers chapter 16, verse 26, and touch nothing of theirs, lest ye be consumed in all their sins. So don't even touch their stuff. So they got up from the tabernacle of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram on every side, and Dathan and Abiram came out and stood in the door of their tents, and their wives, and their sons, and their little children. Now watch this. This is just showing you that Yahweh killed the whole family. The Most High killed their wives, their sons, and their little children. Now here's the problem. This didn't have to happen to Dathan and Abiram. Remember, Dathan and Abiram were from the tribe of Reuben. They were living on the south side of the tabernacle too. South side. So they were living on the south side of the tabernacle also. But they didn't have to die. Remember, they were the ones who said, no, we will not come. Remember them? So they came out and stood in the door of with their tents, with their wives, their sons, and their little children. And Mashah said, hereby, now watch this. Remember, They were the ones who said they wouldn't come out. So now Masha is coming back to them to tell them what the word of the Most High is. Remember, he requested that the Most High don't accept their sacrifices. They wouldn't get a chance to accept the sacrifice. They wouldn't get a chance to do a sacrifice. And if they would have did a sacrifice when Masha had left to go do the competition with the 200 other 50 Levites, if they would have did a sacrifice, the Most High wouldn't accept it. But about time Masha got back, look what happened. And Masha said, hereby shall ye know that Yahweh has sent me to do all these works. For I have not done them of my own mind. If these men die the common death of all men, or in other words, if they live to see an old age, what? Y'all got to understand the ramifications of Masha's injection of his disses to them. This ain't polite. This isn't kind. Moses says, if they live to see an old age, then I was wrong. But if they don't live, see, I can see a Mario Hoshua reminding me of Moses. I can see a Mario Hoshua. Mario Hoshua would be a good character to play Masha, man. And double honors to the elders, salute. All right. Walla Walla. All right. Wabati Walama. All right. Well, called Beni Israel. All right. To all of my brothers and families. All right. That's operating and that's way. I'm telling y'all, seek Zion. All right. Zion awaits. All right. Brother Free. All right. Brother Tatawa. These are two men that work together to get our families back to Jerusalem. All right. So, but I wanted to make sure I gave an honorable mention to Zaquan Ameriel Hoshua, who this man was. There's VHS tapes of Ameriel Hoshua teaching, you know, and that's way before I was born. So double honors. And along with that, I can see Ameriel Hoshua being this. And Moses said, hereby ye know that Yahweh has sent me to do all these work. So I have not done them of my own mind. If these men die, the common death of all men, or if they be visited after the visitation of all men, then EYE has not sent me. Okay? I had to finish it out. For those of you who know Mario Hoshua, I had the blessing of spending private hours amongst his company, you know, and I got the honor of sitting amongst him teachings and counsels. So, and Moses said, hereby ye shall know that the Most High has sent me to do all these works, for I have not done them of my own mind. Masha said, you remember we were coming against them. We were like, Moses, we all special too. Oh, you are? Well, as far as I know, only one Negro rap like Jay-Z. Yeah, we all special, but it's only one Scarface. Yeah, we all special, but there's only one Yapa Creations. Yeah, we all special, but so Masha said, I've not done these of my own mind. He says, if these men die the common death of all men, if they live to see an old age, that's a cold peach right there. Or if they be visited after the visitation of all men, then Yahweh has not sent me. Watch this. Now this is cold. This is cold-blooded. But if Yahweh make a new thing and the earth open her mouth. I love this phrase right here. I love this phrase right here. This is terrifying. And the earth open her mouth and swallow them up with all that appertain unto them, and they go down quick into the pit. Then ye shall understand that these men have provoked Yahweh. What? All right. I tell y'all what. If they live to see an old age, I'm wrong. But if the Most High do a new thing and they die by the earth opening up her mouth and they all fall down into a hole, then they provoke Yahweh. What? Can you imagine standing there and hearing Moses say that? What you mean live to see an old age? Oh, you mean that they ain't going to make it past today? Oh, they ain't going to live another day. When we read this from Flavius Josephus' account, it's so much more powerful. It's so much more beautiful. This is powerful in itself. We're not taking anything away. We can't. All right. When we read this from Josephus or Levite elders' account, LOZ, the School of Light of Zion, they should have Levites read the Torah portion. Somebody reach out to LOZ, man. If you know anybody from LOZ, man, reach out to them, man. They should have a specific segment to where they just have the Levites read the Torah portion. Levi, I mean, not Torah portion, but read the Flavius Josephus. From a Levite's perspective. Why do I say LOZ from Light of Zion from Florida? Because they're one of the best Levite, Israelite, Benjamite, and a couple Judites sprinkled in there. Schools that's in Florida, all right, that I know of that's been consistent with keeping the way. They seen the BS and they dodged out of the way. And they're doing a great job of being consistent. All right. So one last salute to Zaquan Shalama and of course Khan. So reach out to them, man. They should have some young Levites read Josephus with character. And it came to pass, as he had made an end of speaking all these words, that the ground clave asunder that was under them, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed them up, and their houses, and all the men that appertained unto Korah, and all their goods. They and all that appertained unto them went down alive into the pit, and the earth closed upon them, and they perished from among the congregation. And all Yasha Allah that were round about them fled at the cry of them, for they said, lest the earth swallow us up also. So you know how brothers and sisters do. We hear something happen, what we do? We be booking. What? We be running. We running. Roach, we running. Let something happen. Yasha Allah taking off. That's one of our things. I don't know. Verse here. All right. Okay, let's stop right there. So that's the first. There are 3 terrifying events that just happen that are going to happen. We just read of the first woe. All right. So now let's go to our elder Josephus. All right, which was, I don't understand these Israelite brothers who don't allow their congregation. How do you don't allow another man to read a book? You are out of your mind. I don't understand these Israelite congregations of so-called elders who speak against or who teach against Flavius Josephus. And I think it's because they know that Flavius Josephus be rebuking them. All right. Okay. All right, man. All right, Moses said this. Okay, here we go. All right. So remember I told everybody we're going to read the prayer that Moses said? Okay, we're about to read it. It's long. All right. And I'm just going to read it. All right. So I need you all to hear the prayer so that you can see what happened after the prayer. Okay. If you watch this, if you're enjoying it, share it out so other people can learn too. All right. This is what we do on the Shabbat. And this was my week to teach. I want to give a salute to all of the brothers that's all around. All right. That's been teaching the Torah portion. If you're interested in teaching the Torah portion and being a Torah portion teacher with us, contact me. All right. 937-819-8266. Psych. You can't contact me because my phone's broken. You can hit me up on WhatsApp though. All right. Whatever. So if you're interested in being a Torah portion teacher with us, send me up. All right. And we'll put you on the roster with us. Okay. So here's the prayer that Marsha said. We need everybody to learn this. And also the objective of men teaching the Torah is so that your voice can be heard in your household and you can be teaching your family. Like I know I'm teaching my family right now that are tuned in and listening, but I'm also teaching other friends and families around that. So then next week, when it's the next brother's turn, then he'll be teaching his friends and family and my family do this. So it's a beautiful rotation. If you're a sister and you want to be involved in the Torah portion teaching, get in touch with Sister Maria. You can get in touch with me, and I'll contact you with Sister Maria. All right. She's the elder sister that's over that, the women's ministry. All right. So let's get back to this. Now we're going to read the prayer of Masha. So that thou will not disdain to speak what is true for my vindication. And see, this is where I messed up. I was looking for vindication in my peers and my elders. I was expecting the Zaquanium to say, wait a minute, let's reevaluate. Let's look at the law. Let's look at the Torah. I was wrong. I was wrong. And that's where that's when one of my Zaquanium, I had one of the Zaquanium contact. He said, you know where you went off at? He said, you put too much confidence in the men that was around. Well, I had confidence that they would do what they said they was going to do, which was the Torah. And they didn't. So Masha did what was right. And we have to remember this. All right. We have to go to Yahweh for vindication. All right. Shalom, welcome back, young Masha line. All right. You got anything you want to bring out, brother? Can't hear you. No sound, Masha. No sound.
Oh, Slack. My phone's on mute. I'm just here. Listen to the word.
Amen.
Con. And
Okay.
let's see. One one of the sisters I want to know. She said she can't hear you. Said she think she so like it. She hear music in the background.
Okay. Water for let me know. I didn't know that. I know that there's music playing in the background, but I didn't know that the sister couldn't hear me. All right. So, all right. I hope and pray that that's better. All right. So we just adjusted that. Okay. So we just adjusted that. All right. So is that better? I guess we'll find. One more time. All right. All right. So I hope that that's better. All right. Khan can be seen. Okay. Amen. All right. Brothers. All right. The brother's camera went out on us. So when he comes back in, he'll join in. He'll be able to join in. Also, let me do this too. If anybody's watching and you want to be a part of or participate in this, I'm going to copy this link. And you can click this. We had a special guest a couple of weeks back. I think it was our brother, one of our beloved brothers. It doesn't matter who it was, but we had a family member to get on and ask some questions. I'm always open for answering, accepting, questions, looking at stuff, going over things. So if anybody wants to join, just like Masha came in, you can literally click this link right here, and this link will bring you into the back window. All right. All right. Then it'll bring you to the back room, and then I'll see the window, and I'll bring you in. All right. So let's get back to this real quick. Hey, Shalom. Welcome back, God. Welcome back, brother. Welcome back, brother.
It can hear you now when you turn the music down.
Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, praise. All right, we're gonna get back to the Torah. Throw out for that, Masha. For everybody who don't know, our brother Masha, he is correspondence man. All right, Masha's correspondence. Look at that beautiful beard, brother. You got a beard that's popping, man. Hey, man, your beard is hard. I
mean, the water, Yahweh had blessed me the beard to grow. It said the beard is the connection to the Most High.
Okay.
Like our hair. It said the hair is the antenna. It had better connection to the Most High also.
Your spiritual antennas, brother. I heard that. All right. Wait, the water again, everybody. That's Masha King Nellums, Masha Rashi King Nellums. The brother's still on the show with us. If anybody wants to join in, here go the link real quick. All right. So there's that. We're going to get back to what we were reading. All right. So this week's Torah portion, finishing up. All right. Numbers chapter 16, verse 34. Now, remember, Korah is the subject matter. The first woe or the first destruction. All right. Have you ever heard anybody say oy vey? Oy vey. You ever heard anybody say oy vey? You ever heard this phrase? Oy vey, oy, oy, oy vey, oy, so Jewy, oy vey. I don't know if you ever heard anybody say it. Wait, let me see this. Let me see. Google image. Oy, look at that. Oy vey, oy vey, oy vey, oy vey, oy vey. My son is gay. Look at that. Oy vey, my son is gay. Look at that. Oy vey, oy vey. I hope I say this so much that y'all get it memorized. All right. Oy vey. All right. So what does oy vey actually mean? All right. It's exclamation, right? That's what it says. That's what it says there. But there's actually more to it. There's actually more to it. All right. Whoa. Oy vey is actually whoa. All right. Let me take away the word Bible. All right. Woe etymology. All right. Etymology Bible. Whoa. All right. Common exclamation, lamentation. You see that? Of lamentation in many languages. German letter way, Lettish, Y, Old Irish. All right. They. All right.
So whenever you're seeing that oy vey, it's woe. They're saying woe. The word woe actually means destruction. All right. So the first oy vey, or the first woe, or the first destruction is ended. And it ended with Abiram, his house and his family being swallowed up by the earth. But we're going to look at that. All right. So let's read on. So that thou will not. Now remember, this is the prayer of Moses before the actual first destruction happened. So that thou will not disdain to speak what is true for my vindication without any regard to the ungrateful imputations of these men. As for what was done before I was born, thou knowest best. As not learning them by report, but seeing them and being present with them when they were done. But for what has been done of late, and which these men, although they know them well enough, unjustly pretend to suspect, be thou my witness, Yahweh. Yahweh be my witness. When I lived a private, quiet life, I left those good things which by my own diligence and by thy counsel I enjoyed with Raguel, my father-in-law. Masha was like, they dogging me. I was living a private and a quiet life with my wife and my children and my father-in-law, right? And I gave myself up to this people and underwent many miseries on their account. I also bore great labors at first in order to obtain liberty for them. And now, in order to their preservation, and have always shown myself ready to assist them in every distress of theirs. That sounds so lovingly. Now, therefore, since I am suspected by those very men whose being is owing to my labors, come thou, as it is reasonable to hope thou wilt. Thou, I say. Now, who is he calling on? Let's see, who is he calling on when he says thou, I say. Thou, I say, who showed us me that fire on the mountain of Sinai. Did the Most High show that fire to Korah? It's Khan or La'ah? I want you all to say it for yourselves. Khan or La'ah? Did Korah see that fire on the mountain? Thou that madest me to hear his voice. Did Korah hear that voice when that voice said, Ahaya, Shara, Ahaya. Salakli, I apologize. Haya Shara, Haya Ashara, Haya Ashara, Haya. What do you say? I am, Ashara, Haya. I gotta go back and read it. I am that I am. All right. So did Korah hear that verse, that word, that voice? La'ah. All right. And to see several wonders which that place afforded me. Did Korah go through that? La'ah. Thou who commandest me to go into Egypt. Did you command? Did Korah command? Now watch this. This isn't my shot like this, like, oh Lord Jesus. Oh, no. My shot was on. Remember, he hit his. The scriptures kept telling us. That's why I was telling y'all we got to read this so you can see the details. It kept saying that Moses, he bowed down. He went to his face. Masha, instead of flipping out, he cried. He cried to each time. Now, this time, this is the third time. This is the third time in one day. But this prayer, this cry is a little bit different. Because remember I told y'all, Masha starts out praying, and it starts out nice. I hope y'all was watching in the beginning. But then at the end of his prayer, you start to get a little bit worried. And you be like, if this elder don't stop praying, we're going to all die. See, Masha prayer starts, he's a beautiful elder. But when somebody's really gentle and kind and loving and considerate, when they finally turn their face away from you, then that harshness is just really just like something else. And Masha wasn't even harsh here. Hey, let's read on. I want you all to hear this. Thou who commandest me to go into Egypt, right? And declare thy will unto this people. Thou who disturbest the happy estate of the Egyptians and gavest us opportunity of flying away from our slavery under them, and made us the damnation, and made it the dominion of Pharaoh inferior to my dominion. Thou who didst make the sea dry land for us, when we knew not whither to go, and didst overthrow the Egyptians. Yo, poop on the Egyptians. They're finished. That whole culture. So when brothers be trying, yo, we Kemet. Yo, you sound real stupid, son. Kemet is finished. Been finished. As a doctrine, been finished. They make absolutely no sense. And that's why a lot of you brethren got to go harder in this word for the Most High, because when you meet other brothers and sisters that's not knowledgeable of Yahweh, and they've been bewitched by Egyptology, once you show them in the word how Yahweh dogged, put down the Hamites, for how the Hamites did us as a nation. How you an African American, you a Negro, you were sold into slavery by the Portuguese, Roman Catholic Church, the East Indians, the Arabs, the Africans, the Egyptians, and you still giving respect to Egypt. The Egyptians used to do the most abominable things to us, and they taught the Arabs how to treat us bad. You feel me? And almost all of the Egyptian false deities are sodomites. The majority of them are Bati boys. They ejaculate in lettuce and eat each other's unmentionables. So those aren't who we want to worship. That's so when we knew not whether to go, and didst overwhelm the Egyptians with those destructive waves which had been divided. Let's look at this. For us. Look at this. Thou who didst bestow upon us the security of weapons when we were naked. Did y'all know? Y'all remember that? When we went to war and the Most High destroyed our enemies, he made them flee and left all kind of weapons and gold and armor for us, and we destroyed all our enemies, and we had light armor. We had on, it was just crazy. Y'all made just our enemies give up their weapons. Did this happen through Korah? Korah, was it thou that did us these things? So while Masha is doing his prayer, Masha saying this out loud, and everybody's around can hear him like, oh yeah, that was, that was the Most High did use Masha for that. Ooh, that's not looking good for you, Datham. That's not looking good for you, Byram. Yeah, it's not looking good for y'all, right? Thou who didst make the fountains that were corrupted to flow, so as to be fit for drinking, and didst furnish us with water that came out of the rocks. Split rock found in Arabia. Oh, that's all I had to say? I didn't even go deep on that. I didn't even go deep. Oh, wow, that's what's up. All right, let's see. All right, I just, Most High is so good. Booyah! I didn't even have to go deep. So this is the information that we know that we live off of. There's a place called Jabal al-Laws, Jabal Musa, which is the village, the city of Moses. Check this out. This humongous stone, all right, is found in Horeb in Saudi Arabia, where the Israelites came from, where we came from. The Most High made gallons, thousands of gallons of water. And how do we know that water came from this rock? Because right up under it, there's erosion, where I'm gonna say millions, where millions of gallons of water eroded the rocks. And at the base of this rock, it's all water roam. And on the inside of this rock, guess what? You have, watch this, everybody. You have vertical and you have horizontal, okay? I don't like the way it's pointing. You have horizontal and you have vertical, right? So when you think about the word horizon, just think about every day there's a straight line that you can see. This proves the earth is flat. There's a straight line that you can see. The earth is not flat. And that straight line, in the morning, you'll see the sun come over the horizon. So when you think about horizontal, think about that horizon. And then that way you'll always remember which way is horizon, which one is horizontal. So this rock has horizontal water erosion lines, smooth grooves that can't be explained. That's found in the exact same location that the Most High said the children of Israel came in slavery at. I don't give a dag about Egypt or none of that crap. The Most High proved himself. Look out, look. I want y'all to look at this. You know what? Go and look it up for yourselves, man. Look it up for yourselves. All right, so let's go back to it. Thou who didst make the fountains that were corrupted to flow as to be fit for drinking, and didst furnish us with water that cameth out of the rocks. When we So when we were in the greatest want of it, thou who didst preserve our lives with quails. Yahweh made thousands of quails come down for us, millions of quails come down for us. And they would just be at our feet like, whoop, whoop, like, eat me. Whoop. It was like, oh, you want to be eating, little quail? Come here, I'm going to eat you, little quail. You going to be dinner. You want to be dinner? Come here, you going to be dinner. Come here, cook all of y'all. The Most High literally sent quails. And if you don't know, quails are delicious. All right, salute to my brother Joshua Isaac, who has an Israelite quail farm. I guess I don't want to speak on him or whatever because I don't want to be offensive. I know a brother who I love. The brother had quails. They're wonderful, delicious, taste delicious. Quail eggs, phenomenal. Get you some quail eggs. So the Most High delivered quails unto us, right? Better than chicken. Thou who didst preserve our lives with quails, which was food from the sea, when the fruits of the ground failed. Thou who didst send us such food from heaven as had never been seen before. That was that manna, that bread from heaven. Watch this. Thou who didst suggest to us to use the knowledge of thy laws and appoint us a form of government. Come thou, I say, O Yahweh of the whole world, and that as such a judge and a witness to me as cannot be bribed, and show how I never omitted any gift against justice from any of the Hebrews, and have never condemned a poor man that ought to have been acquitted, on account of one that was rich. So Masha was like, look, I didn't do nobody that was poor wrong. I didn't take nobody's side just because they was rich, and have never attempted to hurt this commonwealth. I am now here present and am suspected of a thing the remotest from my intentions. This is an excellent way that Masha said it. And it's so hurtful because a lot of us might go through this, you know. A lot of us might go through this. Hey, Masha, I just brought you up on the screen, man. I got your mic muted. All right. I'm going to unmute you, though. Can you unmute your mic, please?
Fun.
Hey, Masha, have you ever went through this? Masha says, I am now here present and am suspected of a thing the remotest from my intentions. Have you ever been accused of something or people spoke about you and it was far away from what you really was?
Con.
Just wondering.
I'm gonna say many times.
You're a wonderfully patient brother, man.
Water.
I am now here present and am suspected of a thing the remotest from my intentions, as if I had given the priesthood to Aaron, not at thy command, but out of my own favor to him. Do thou this thing. Do thou at this time demonstrate that all things are administered by thy providence. And this was a major thing that Korah, Dathan, Abiram, this is a major thing that they messed up on, because when they came against Masha, they actually didn't come against Masha. They was actually coming against Yahweh, because it was Yahweh that had put Masha in place. Masha, which was a murderer. He was a murderer. He was a runaway from his nation. He went and married a woman that was Shemitic, but she wasn't an Israelite. She was Shemitic. You know? He married a Hamite woman. And Korah, like, older than Masha. Korah had more money than Masha. Korah had more status than Masha. Korah was in Egypt all the way to the time the Most High delivered them out of Egypt. And Korah he seen the water split from the rock, or the water. Yeah, Korah seen the pillar of fire, the cloud. Korah seen the water split open and the waters be up on both sides. He seen all this stuff. Korah seen Aaron's firstborn sons die by not doing the sacrifice the correct way, and Korah still had it in his head to be like, you know what? The Most High messed up. He should have picked me over Moses. I'm a better man for that job. Korah still coveted his neighbor, his brother, his cousin. Korah is Moses' cousin. Korah still coveted Moses' position, and Korah seen all these things. But now, Mashah's time, it's time to speak. Do thou all this time demonstrate that all things are administered by thy providence, and that nothing happens by chance, but is governed by thy will. All right. I want y'all to pay attention very close to this. Providence. Okay. When you get a chance, I want to show you this word providence. Okay. I want to see if it comes up just by putting it right there. All right. What is the special providence of God? Nope. That's not what we want because it's not going to pop up. We'll do it differently. Y'all know me. Hey, a brother said to me one time, he said, you got to stop dealing with that etymology, brother. What? I said, I got to stop doing what? He's like, yeah, that's where you messed up, man. You be all into that etymology stuff. You got to stop looking into that stuff, man. I was like, what? What did you just tell me? You just told me to stop studying etymology. I'll let him get his. I'll let him get out what he wanted to say. After he got done, I said, I will not. No, I won't stop studying etymology, brother. Yeah, that's where you off at, brother. You be into that etymology stuff, man. All right, etymology. All right, this is the word for providence. Providence is foresight, prudence, prudent anticipation, timely care, or preparation. From Old English, divine providence. See that? Divine care, divine foresight. All right. Foresight, precaution, foreknowledge, abstract noun from precept, participle, stem of pravidere, or to look ahead, to prepare, to supply, to act with foresight. All right, which is from to pro, which is ahead, and then the vedere, which is to see. So to provedere is to see ahead. So by your provedere, I love this word. Boy, I love this. By Yahweh's provedere, by his providence, by him taking care of us, all things is put in place. And that nothing happens by chance, but is governed by thy will, and thereby attains its end, as also demonstrated that thou takest care of those that have done good to the Hebrews. Demonstrate this, I say, by the punishment of Abiram and Dathan. Remember when I told y'all if Moses keeps praying, this is going to get bad. So imagine this. Mashah done booked it. Allahiah, will you destroy everybody for just one man's wickedness? And then Allahiah says, tell everybody to get away from Dathan, Abiram. Get away from their tents. Get away from everything they own. All right. Poof. Mashah took off. Now, this is the second destructive thing. The first one was Korah's earthquake. In case y'all didn't catch it, Korah's entire family, the Most High, opened up the mouth and he swallowed the entire camp of Korah. His wives, his children, everybody else in agreement with him. Everything that they owned, swallowed all of them up. And an earthquake. We're gonna read that. We're gonna wait. Wait. Hold on. My bad. You said something, not? All right. Demonstrate this, I say, by the punishment of Abiram and Dathan, who condemn thee as insensible being. Whoa! You might not have caught that. Now Mashah, Moses, is throwing shots. See, Mashah didn't throw no shots at Abiram and Dathan. Mashah saying, Yahweh, Abiram and Dathan, they think that you are insensible. See, that's even worse. Instead of being like, oh, you know what, Mashah? Instead of being like, oh, you know what, Abiram and Dathan, y'all must think that Yahweh was insensible. Mashah ain't say nothing until it was time to. And then he said, Yahweh, they think you insensible. What else? And Yahweh, they think you want overcome. My bad. All right, I seen it. It went that way. So, so now Masha turns the spotlight on those two. And remember, the providence is there. The presence of Yahweh, the presence of the Lord is here. I feel it in the atmosphere. So the presence is here with Masha right now. And he just told Masha, tell everybody get away from him. Here go Masha's prayer. Now in Masha's prayer, he's saying, Abiram and Dathan, Yahweh, oh Allah, Allah. They think that you're an insensible being, Allah. Dathan and Abiram, they think that you overcome by my contrivances, or in other words, ooh, Allah, Allah. Dathan and Abiram think that I tricked you. They saying that you got tricked by me and that you don't got no sense. You're an insensible being. Y'all see how Moses did that? Y'all see how much trouble that these dudes is in now? Watch this. This wilt thou do by inflicting such an open punishment on these men who so madly fly in the face of thy glory, as will take them out of this world, not in an ordinary manner, but so that it may appear that they do not die as other men go out of the world. Let that ground on which they tread open about them with their families and goods. This will be a demonstration of thy power to all men. And this method of their suffering, I want y'all to pay attention to this. Watch this. And this method of their suffering will be an instruction of wisdom for those. Did you catch that? So Masha said, wait, why is this like, oh, this is like this, but it's this finger. I was like, oh, I got a little hand. It's not my hand, it's this. So watch this. So watch this. Masha said, whatever you're about to do to them, Yahweh, will you please do it to other people that entertain profane statements of thee? Hold on. And this method of their suffering will be an instruction of wisdom. It will be an instruction of wisdom, will be in this method of their sufferings. Do y'all see where we're going with this? Don't miss nothing. I love this. Not only Dathan and Abiram and everybody that's with them, but Yahweh, everybody else that's against you, destroy them like this. Watch this. And this is the method of their sufferings. And this method of their sufferings will be an instruction of wisdom for those that entertain profane statements of thee. By this means, I shall be found a good servant. Now, in the precepts thou hast given by me, but if the calamities they have raised against me be true, may thou preserve these men from every evil accident. Masha said that because he knew they wasn't getting away. If the ground opened up on you, where you gonna go? Think about that. Not just an earthquake. If the ground split open under your house, where you gonna go? You gonna make it to see old age? You gonna have a chance to give a sacrifice that day? You gonna get to die like everybody else? Not at all. Not at all. And look at this. True may thou preserve these men from every evil accident. It wasn't going to happen. And bring all that destruction on me. It wasn't going to happen. Masha knew he was praying. So we said, oh, this is bad. This is the final drill verse. This is the drill verse that took out Masha's enemies, which I have imprecated upon them. And when thou hast inflicted punishment on those that have endeavored to deal unjustly with these people, bestow upon them concord and peace. Save this multitude. You see what Masha did? Masha said, after you destroy these ones that came again, Masha said, if I'm right, if you are right, Yahweh, listen to what they said about you. They said they saying that you insensible. They saying that you got deceived by me. I haven't done them wrong. I had their backs. Let me get out of my head. Let me get out of my head. Come out. Masha said, I didn't do them wrong. But if I did, put this judgment on me. If I didn't, put this judgment on them. And after you do that, Yahweh, and when thou hast inflicted punishment on those that have endeavored to deal unjustly with this people, see, look at what Masha did. Masha separated the Israelites in his prayer from Dathan and Abiram. He said, when thou hast inflicted punishment on those, which is Dathan, Abiram, and Korah, and their whole families, when thou hast inflicted punishment on those that have endeavored to deal unjustly with this people. So they went forward in their actions to try to deceive the Israelites. So even after Masha prayed against his enemies, he prayed for the rest of the Israelites that were going to survive. Remember, Masha's smart. He's so strategic. And then Christ said, think not that I have come to judge thee, but there's one that judged thee already, even Moses. Even Moses. So Masha goes back to praying for us after he prayed against his enemies of his own bloodline. He says, bestow upon them. Now, this is what Masha is asking for you. Masha is asking, bestow upon them concord and peace. Save this multitude that follow thy commandments and preserve them free from harm. Let them not partake of the punishment of those that have sinned. For thou knowest thyself, it is not just for the wickedness of those men, the whole body of the who? Of the Jewish. Do it say Jewish? Say the Israelites should suffer punishment. Now, before we get to 3, I want to show y'all something. Nope, I got to do it. I got to do it. Earthquake in Turkey, 2023. In case y'all didn't know, last year in Syria, just like the Bible says. And for those you don't know, Turkey is a part of that whole landscape of where this biblical narrative happened at. Our people come from Turkey. We come from Turkey. Syria is where our people come from. Look at this. A 7.8 magnitude earthquake rocked the southwest Turkey near Syria border with thousands of aftershocks, right? Look, approximately 3.7 million children is what it says. Let's see if we can get a world visit. See if we get some facts on this. All right. Why did we go here specifically? We went here specifically because this earthquake that happened in Turkey was not normal, y'all. It wasn't normal. But while it was being, I'm not a robot. Yo, come on, man. Get up out of here. Yo, I'm not a, yo. Oh, man. All right. I'm not a robot. All right. Shalom is down. Oh! All right. Okay, so this earthquake that happened in Turkey, everybody, it wasn't normal. Okay. And while America, and I love y'all. I love y'all. I love my family. When I came back to America, I instantly got sad. I regretted it. And I don't know how many years later I've been back here. You know, what would we do if we didn't have the blood of Hamashiach? We would all be finished. All right, I'm going to say that. So this earthquake that happened in Turkey, it was brushed under the rug. It was talked about for a second, and then it was back to, you know, niggas twerking and, you know, women doing weird stuff. You know, it went back to that. But this was a biblically prophetic thing that happened, and it was terrifying. It says on February the 6th, 2023, a 7.8 magnitude earthquake rocked the southeast Turkey near Syrian border with thousands of aftershocks. In Syria, the earthquake exacerbated the effects of the ongoing war, right? Deepening the crisis of 7 million children. All right. According to your earthquake impacted estimate look at this. All right. 15.73 million people in Syria and Turkey. In Turkey, 2.5 million children, many of them Syrian refugees. All right. This website sucks because it's not working with me. So I'm going to leave from here. All right. I need y'all to look into this. Okay. I need y'all to look into this. I'm going to take this, copy, paste it. Now you have Turkey. You have California. All right, which California, they call that, you know, that's a city of angels. Hey, Tubi, there go Tubi, though. Hey, Shalom. Yeah, shout out Tubi, man. What's up, King? Man, that brother Tubi, man, you blessed me, man, at the summit, man. He blessed me at the summit. All right, that's all I'm gonna say, man. Double honor to your father, double honor to your mother, man. I thought Wamash for Kaka, man. You and your family, brother. All right, so let's get back to this real quick. All right, I'll put my I call this my forehead light. All right, this is my forehead lamp. This light is dummy bright, and it makes my forehead illuminate. And up under this meat tree, it's about 2 foreheads under this meat tree. Okay, you gotta think about it. This meat tree go way up here, don't it? You see how I go way up here? That's forehead. All y'all see is this forehead dummy big. That's why I be meat treed up. Big forehead. Billy, man, appreciate you, brother. Once again, throw for your heart, throw for your love, man. All right, most I bless, brother. All right, so I want y'all to hit this link when you get a chance. This link will take you to what we were just looking at as far as Turkey and the destruction that the Most High brought. And how did he bring that destruction? The Most High brought that destruction in the form of earthquakes. All right. The Most High brought that destruction in the form of earthquakes, man. And when you look at California, the so-called city of angels, you know, what was Masha's prayer? Masha's prayer was that everybody or every nation that operates in this wickedness, may this be a part of their judgment. So let's read on about this, because now we're gonna read. Remember the scriptures in Numbers chapter 16. It said the earth opened up under them. All right, now just the way it's worded, you wouldn't think it's an earthquake, but it is. This was a grandioso, very weird earthquake, just like water standing up on both sides. That's very weird. All right, so let's read about this. When Masha had said this, look at this, with tears in his eyes. So while Masha is giving these prayers to Allahaya, he's crying. Can you imagine that? He's crying and his tears hitting the ground. The ground was moved on a sudden. Look at this. You see that? So imagine that. Masha crying, the teardrop come down, bloop, bloop, and it's like a ripple. It's like a wave. You know, I don't know, however you see it. Maybe the teardrop hit the ground and the ground just opened up. I don't know. How do you see it? When Masha had said this with tears in his eyes, the ground was moved on a sudden, and the agitation that set it in motion. You see that? So it means it started off slowly and it started to accumulate. It started off slowly, then it started to build up. When Masha had said thus, with tears in his eyes, the ground was moved on a sudden, and the agitation that set it in motion was like that which the wind produces in the waves of the sea. That's crazy. Let's read that again. The ground was moved on a sudden, and the agitation that and carried whatsoever was dear to the seditious and to the into itself. Whoso entirely perished, that there was not the least appearance that any man had ever been seen there. The earth that had opened itself about them, closing again and becoming entire as it was before. So let's look at this. Korah was rich. Dathan, Abihu. Korah got his own judgment. Dathan, Abihu, they was rich. They got all this land. They got all these tents. Imagine being his next door neighbor the next day. The next day, everybody just walking outside. Yeah, you remember you remember that house used to be right there. That's crazy how the Most High just put all the grass. That was the same flower. That I remember that flower was there. It's been a while. We've been in the wilderness. That was the same. That's the same. Nope, that's the same flower. The Most High opened up the earth, mashatir, agitation, waves of water, swallowed them all down, And then the Most High put everything back in place that any man had ever been seen there. The earth that had opened itself about them, closing again and becoming entire as it was before. This Bible is dope. Insomuch that such as saw it afterward did not perceive that any such incident had happened to it. Like nothing happened. It was 640,000 blades of grass right there in that same circle. And those 642 blades of grass are the exact same ones that spurted up. And that's the same flower. That's the same flower. I remember that. Insomuch that as such saw it afterwards did not perceive that any such accident had happened to it. Thus did these men perish and become a demonstration of the power of Allah. Now, remember, we read the word Allah earlier, and truly anyone would lament them, and truly anyone would lament them, not only on account for the calamity that befell them, which yet deserves our commiseration, but sufferings. Y'all see that? They families was happy to see them go. Man, all praise, man. Got them up out of here, man. All praise. Show the woman's wow. Show the woman's wow. Also, because their kindred were pleased with their sufferings, for they forgot the relation they bear to them, and at the sight of this sad accident, approved of the judgment given against them. And because they looked upon the people about Dathan as pestilent men, they thought they perished as such, and did not grieve for them. And now Masha called for those that had contended about the priesthood. Let's go back to the Torah. It ain't over with yet. So what we just did was we read Flavius Josephus's account on what happened. There's so much beautiful more to it. All right. I'm going to give you all a link for it. This is where we just read from. All right. As you all know, I like books. I love to read. You know, all right. So let's post this real quick. Yeah, bro, come here, Basham y'all shy. Yeah, I need to come gum, man. I love y'all too, bros. I love Israel, man. I love y'all as a nation, man. I love y'all, man. So check this out real quick. Appreciate that. All right, so this is the link that you can go to see this account. I encourage everybody to study Flavius Josephus. I know there was a couple schools, a couple brothers who talked against him, and I talked against them for talking against Josephus. All you gotta do is just study the history. The antiquities are there. So here's the link for you to go and check out. And I hope that I pray that it this isn't like we're reading like from a mystic book or from like a book of, you know, woogie woos, or we're reading from the Oaspi or whatever that weirdo book is, which I know about it. It's a weirdo book. The author of it, he lived right here in Springfield, Ohio. He was a warlock. He was a vegan, and his mother was a witch. Okay. All right. So with that being said, you know, we don't do what's called automatic writing. We don't do automatic writing. All right. Automatic writing is when you get possessed by a spirit, or you get possessed and you can't, I'm just typing. I can't stop. You know, that's what he did. He did automatic writing and wrote the Oaspi and came up with a bunch of wokey stuff. So this isn't like that. This is an antiquitous writing from a historically, you know, accredited person who every other historian accredits. You know, all over the world, Josephus, this Negro Levite, who that's the theme of this week's Torah portion. We see how the Levites went off, they rebelled, and then in the process of rebelling, the Most High gave away for even the sons of Korah to come back. Because in case you didn't know, the sons of Korah are the ones who wrote the songs in the book of Psalms. So Korah and his people was destroyed, but his family, see this? Let's go back to it, all right? I want y'all to see this. When it says, oh, here's the link for that too. Here's a fugitive slave law book, man. The book is very wonderful, heartbreaking, but wonderful. So watch this. So this also helps us to explain how did some of Korah's children survive? How did some of Korah's children survive? Korah was a Levite, right? So only Korah, his wife, and certain parts of his children were put to death, but there was a part of his children that actually separated from him. And this part of Flavius Josephus helps us to see that, because the Torah does show us, but the elder Josephus goes into details. All right. So watch this. All right. And here, we'll get the scriptures, the Psalms. There's 12 Psalms that the sons of Korah wrote. You know, two generations before Korah was born, his grandfather was given the job of carrying the Ark of the Covenant. So 2 generations later, Korah was like a disgruntled limousine chauffeur. He didn't like his job being a limousine chauffeur. He had the best. He was chauffeuring. Him and his sons were chauffeuring Yahweh's Ark of the Covenant. Just 2 generations back, everything was fine. So it's always that one. It's always that one. All right. But Korah's children, they had seen something. Watch this. But also because their kindred was pleased with their sufferings, for they forgot their relationship that they bare to them. And at the sight of their sad accident, this is where we are, at the sight of this sad accident, approved of the judgment against them. And because they looked upon the people about Dathan as pestilent men, they thought that they perished as such. They thought they perished as pestilent men too, and did not grieve for them. All right, so it's about to go down because remember, this story is so fire. This story is so fire because remember how it started was Masha, he had just left and he ran around the south side of the tabernacle to tell the rest of the tribe of Reuben and the tribe of Levi to, yo, break camp. Get away from them. Yahushua about to destroy them. How do we know it's Yahushua? Because if you was watching earlier, then y'all would have seen that when we were reading in Hebrew, and the word that was there when Moses and Aaron was pleading for the people, they said, "Oh God," and the word that's there is Allah, Allah, which means power. So now we see that this power, this providence, this is Yahushua from the same one from the New Testament. This is before all of that stuff happened. Before he came through the womb of a woman. He was still coming down and showing himself. He showed himself into Aaron. He showed himself into Moses. He showed himself into many of us. I mean, it's study to show yourself approved. Isidore of Seville's etymologies. Read chapter. Don't even read chapter 1. Just read the preface on Christ. All right.
Okay.
You got a question?
Fine. I'm about to log off for a while.
Okay.
I just need a little rest. I'll be back on after my little rest.
All praise, man. Rest well. This is Shabbat day. All right, we're gonna rock it till the wheels fall off. I pray that you rest well. And if we still going, brother, jump back on. For anybody who needs a cutout, the Torah portion is an all-day revolving door. Like we go and remember. The Shabbat is for rest. Now, remember, you can also listen, while you're resting on the Shabbat too. Because there's been times where the elders or other brothers are teaching Torah, and I was sitting back, and I had my feet kicked up, and I had the volume turned down, and I just listened. My hands might have been doing something else, but I just kept listening. So anybody that needs to bang out, this is a revolving door. Leave, come out, come back. All of that. Yabba come here, Bashar Master Kalshai. All right. All right. Okay, the sister Maria. All right, sister Maria sent you salute. She said Shabbat Shalom. All right, Yahweh Shema
Yahweh Shema Shalom Aqua.
All praise, and I believe she heard that. Shalom Aqua. Shalom Aqua, man. We love you, brother. Throughout for your time in your ministry.
Fine.
All right, so let's get back to it. All right, again, salute to our brother. All right. Okay, CJ Morrow said rest well. She said rest well, Masha. All right. All praise. Shalom, Dawada. I was thinking about you all week. All right. So let's get back to this. I'll get back to the Torah. My bad, wrong screen. All right. And same. So now we're back to the Torah. Now we're in the first chapter of this week's Torah portion reading because there's a lot of beautiful information in it. Numbers chapter 16, verse 35. Numbers chapter 16, verse 32. And the earth opened her mouth and swallowed them up and their houses and all the men that appertained unto Korah and all their goods. And they and all that appertained to them went down alive into the pit. And the earth closed upon them and they perished from among the congregation. So do y'all see how Josephus expounds on it? And the Bible, the scriptures is just straight to the cut, right? Verse 34. And all Yasharallah and all Israel that were round about them fled at the cry of them. For they said, lest the earth swallow us up also. Numbers chapter 16, verse 35. And there came a fire from Yahweh and consumed the 250 men that offered incense. Now, here go the second woe. Here's the second woe. In case you missed it, because it happened kind of quick, there was a huge earthquake and all of them died. Then 250 men went through what's called spontaneous human combustion. Now, this fire came down from Yahweh. Spontaneous human combustion. This is something that still can't be explained. All right. Spontaneous human combustion. This is a real image. All right. This is a real book. All right. This is a real woman. This woman burned in her chair from the inside out. As you can see there, you might be able to see that's her leg. That's her leg and her foot. Now, the weird part about this is her leg didn't catch all the way on fire. Her foot didn't catch all the way on fire. This woman burned at a high temperature from the inside out, and her chair didn't catch on fire. Only she caught on fire from the inside out. I don't understand it. But it's called spontaneous human combustion, and there's accounts of it actually happening. Yeah. The Y-Files. This is my homie. The Y-Files. Oh, this is my dude, man. I didn't even know he did a video on spontaneous human combustion. I'm gonna have to get this and share it with y'all. All right, I'm gonna have to get this and share it with y'all. All right. Oh, that's because it's on IMDb. Okay. Whatever. All right, well, let's get back to the Torah portion reading. All right, the point of doing and saying such is to say, now you had this terrible event that happened, a huge earthquake. All right. And then the prayer that Masha said, he also prayed that the people that offend Yahweh to this day, may they suffer the same thing. Statue of Ishtar, Turkey. So for those who don't know, the Most High says he hates the Queen of Heaven. All right. The Most High hates the Queen of Heaven. In the country of Turkey, they're still rocking this statue, the one with she has eggs all over her body. And I praise the Most High. While we were there, I took a picture in front of one of the statues of Ishtar. It was just so unbelievable that, this is here. And I was mad. I'm staring at it. I want to tear it down so bad, and it's just not like that because you can't, you can, I guess. But in Turkey, let me see. I don't see the specific one. Ishtare. In Turkey, these statues are still there. And that's a part of the problem. So when you look at that magnitude earthquake, 7.8 magnitude, that's not a small thing. A 7.8 magnitude is terrifying. It's terrifying. Any earthquake is terrifying. But when you have one on a high scale like that, it's terrifying. Go and look up what California usually goes through on a regular. What scale are those in comparison to the one that the Most High used in Turkey and in Syria? And even the people there still believe that was a biblical earthquake. It was, so as we're looking at it, we're seeing that now the second destruction that the Most High. He's 3 destructions in one day. 3 destructions in one day. And then he doesn't say he's done. He says he's going to keep doing it. So that time frame isn't over with. That's what we want you all to see. These earthquakes, these aren't just, that's just an earthquake. You don't know who brought the earthquake. You don't believe that the Most High did that. You real simple if you don't think that the Most High is sending these storms. You real simple if you don't think the Most High is sending these floods. You real simple if you don't think the Most High is sending these earthquakes. You think the planet Earth is doing this of its own? Nothing has power of itself. Everything is given power by authority that's over it. Light switches shouldn't turn on by themselves. If they do, either seek an electrician or an exorcist. Everything happens for a reason. So all of these natural events and phenomena and stuff going on, they're not natural. It's Yahweh bringing judgment. All right. And that's why it's so scary, because it's realer in our day than it was in our grandparents' days. All right, so Numbers chapter 16, verse 35. And there came out a fire from Yahweh and consumed the 250 men that offered incense.
And Yahweh spake unto Mashah, saying, Speak unto Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, that he take up the censers out of the burning. Whoa, that's deep. And scatter thou the fire yonder, for they are hollow. Woo! Woo! This is how cold. Listen, did y'all catch that? Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly and sometimes accidentally calls Jesus. Ahth, A-H-T-H is another name for Yahweh Shai in the Old Testament. Ah is the first character in Hebrew, and Tha is the last character. Listen. So Tha. Remember he said, I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. Yahweh Shai wasn't speaking Greek. He was speaking Paleo-Hebrew. So he would have said, Ahth. I am the Ah and the Tha, the beginning and the end. He is the Ahth. And then when you go and read it in the old text, sacred text, it says Ahth. It says Allah. Allah, Ahth, Yahweh Shai just killed 250 men and said, now pick up their incense because their incense is still holy. Pick up their incense because their incense still got the spices that I said put in them. Pick up their incense because they did that for me. Yahweh Shai killed 250 Levites that came for Aaron and Moses' job and said, and still use their censers. And scatter the fire yonder, for they are hallowed. The censers of these sinners against their own souls. Let them make them broad plates for a covering of the altar. And they offered them before Yahweh. Therefore they are hallowed. And they shall be a sign unto the children of Israel. We're going to read this from Josephus because I know about it and I want you to hear about it. This is a problem. So the Most High said, take the censers of these men who are sinners against their own souls. They ain't sin against me, they sin against themselves. Let them make them broad plates for a covering of the altar. So our Most High said, don't throw away their censers, beat their censers into what's called broad plates right here. We're going to look at this word plates. All right. Pcha. All right. Pchayim. All right. Make their pchayim. Now, I'm going to let y'all know before we get to Josephus. He says something different. All right. And the different that he says is so worthy of mention. I don't know why it froze up on us. I apologize. Okay, that window tripping. We're going to stay over here. All right, so let's scroll down. All right, and so he commanded Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the censer. All right, here we go. Y'all ready? This is Josephus' account. Hereupon Mashah, after these men were destroyed, was desirous that the memory of this judgment might be delivered down to posterity. Now, we are the posterity of that generation. All right, posterity is children. All right, we're the ones that's passed down. So Mashah said, you know, this is how y'all gonna remember. Don't do this again. All right, and that future ages might be acquainted with it. All right, and so he commanded Eleazar, the son of Aaron, to put their censer near the brazen altar, that they might be a memorial to posterity of what these men suffered for supposing that the power of Allah might be eluded. And thus Aaron was now no longer esteemed to have, and thus Aaron was now no longer esteemed to have been a priest, the priesthood by the favor of Moses, but by the public judgment of Allah. And thus he and his children peaceably enjoyed that honor. So Josephus does say something a little bit different, all right, but it's not too far off. I believe that the accuracy should be validated. There was also a brother named Free who said to me that other people from other nations became Levites or high. He said they became high priests. I don't agree with that. No one from any other nation became high priest, all right, until they actually came from their father's bloodline. So there was no other Israelites that was high priest, no Issacharites, none of that, you know, that was high priest, only Levi only. Yahweh Shema, Alatah, Shabbat Shalom, Ashmacha. All right, we'll tune back in. Love y'all. Come on, Shabbat Tuah. Yo, rest well, rest well, rest well. All praise. You're supposed to rest. All right, Shabbat Yom, it's Shabbat day. Okay. Legendary People Podcast T-shirt. Hey, T-shirt King. Hey, that's my homie. Hey, if you have ever seen me smile, if you have ever seen gold teeth in my mouth, wait till I tell you about my brother Malak. All right. All right. So anyway, Shalom. Anyhow, become Legendary People Podcast T-shirt King. That's the homie. Hey, I gotta go to your podcast, but I gotta go to your page, man. I didn't know that this was you, man. I love you too, big bro. Man, I'm so grateful to see you, man. So don't even get me started. Don't even get me started, man. I never come. All right. So T-shirt King, that's the brother who gave me my new permanent smile, brother. Brother's name is Malak, man, you know, and you know, just beautiful brother, man. I can go in. I just go in. So I gotta go to his page, man. You know, after the Shabbat, man, y'all make sure y'all check the brother out too, man. Check him out now, but make sure y'all check him out, you know, for what y'all know I'm talking about, which we don't do no business selling by on Shabbat. So afterwards, make sure y'all get with the brother, okay? All right, I never come, man. Love you too, bro. All right, rest well. Okay, so let's get back to this real quick. Torah, all right. Numbers, I was going to say Ezekiel. Numbers chapter 16, verse 39. And Eleazar the priest took the brazen censers wherewith they that were burnt had offered, and they made broad plates for a covering of the altar, to be a memorial unto the children of Israel, that no stranger, which is not of the seed of Aaron, come near to offer incense before Yahweh, that he be not as Korah, and as his company, as Yahweh said to him by the hand of Mashah. Now, that's the second woe. Here go the third woe. Y'all ready? But on the morrow, all the congregation of the children of Yasha'Allah murmured against Mashah and against Aharon, saying, "Ye have killed the people of Yahweh." And it came to pass, when the congregation was gathered together against Mashah and against Aaron, that they looked toward the tabernacle of the congregation, and behold, the cloud covered it, and the glory of Yahweh appeared. So once again, it doesn't say Yahweh appeared, it says the glory of Yahweh appeared, all right? The reputation of Yahweh appeared again on the next day. And Mashah and Aharon came before the tabernacle of the congregation, while Ya'amad al-Mashah Debadium, and Yahweh said unto Moses, saying, "Get you up from among this congregation, that I may consume them as in a moment." So this is day number 2. And Yahweh came back and said, "I'm going to spin the block on them." Yahweh spent the block on us. Y'all like how I use that? Spent the block on us? Am I hip? Am I young? Am I cool? Am I cool? Because I said spin the block on the ops in the Bible. Huh? Because I be drilling. This word be drilling in the truth. Huh? All right. So Numbers chapter 16, verse 45. Get ye up from among this congregation, I may consume them as in a moment. Remember, we just read this a couple verses up. And they fell upon their faces. Now watch this. And Mashah said unto Aaron, now here's the difference with this one. On this one, Yahweh didn't accept what Mashah didn't even try. They fell upon their faces. Now remember, last time Mashah said, will you kill everybody just because of one wicked Israelite? Not this time. And they fell upon their faces. Look at this. And Mashah said unto Aaron, while they were on their face, he was like, hey, bro, get a censer, put some fire in it, and go and run amongst everybody now. Because Mashah knew, oh, y'all about to die. If Aaron did this, I don't care. It works for me. If Aaron did this, I don't know if we would be here. Watch. And Mashah said to Aharon, take a censer and put fire thereupon from the altar and put on incense, not just any fire. He said, go get your censer. He said, go get the fire from the altar. He said, and put incense on it. He said, and go quickly unto the congregation and make an atonement for them. For the wrath is gone out from Yahweh. Look at this last part. The plague has begun. That's terrifying. Listen, everybody. Here go the whole account. Yesterday, thousands of Israelites died. I've been praying for y'all. Masha, I've been praying for them. Been praying for us. Thousands of Israelites died. 250 set on fire. That whole camp opened up. I don't know what happened to them other ones. I don't know. I ain't seen them. And the next morning, Yasha Allah like, Masha, man, you out here killing us, man. Dang, man. We was doing fine up in America, man. We was doing all right, man. We had Netflix, man. I had this little pointer thing. We had Wi-Fi. I go in the refrigerator anytime. I get some catfish, some shrimp. I eat pork. I just don't tell my people when I come around them, and I make them unclean. I'm a whole abomination. And man, Masha, man, you just out here killing us, man. When we made, not they, and you Israelite so-called teachers, stop saying them. Start saying us and we. I say them too, but start saying us and we. Make it more personal. When we complained against Masha in that moment, Yahushua came right back. He spun the block on his ops. And we were his ops. And Masha said what? Masha didn't even try to convince Yahushua this time. He turned to his little brother Aaron and he said, hey, Ak, go get some fire off the altar, off Yahweh's altar. Not just any fire. Get some fire off Yahweh's altar. Put some incense on it and go run throughout the camp of Israel asking for forgiveness. For the wrath of Yahweh has gone out. The plague is begun. So I want you all to remember in Exodus when Yahweh brought Exodus, when Yahweh brought us out of Egypt, when Yahweh brought us out of Mount Tizari. When Yahweh brought us out of Egypt, remember the plague was that the Most High took the breath out of all these Israelites and out of all these Gentiles, and out of all these animals. Firstborn babies, old school, young school, it don't matter. The scripture says the Lord, Numbers chapter 15, the Lord is a man of war. Yahushai is a man of war. A man of war doesn't come to war and tickle. A man of war comes to war and fights and kills and sheds blood. He puts it down for the home team. This phrase right here, the plague has begun, it means he started killing. Masha didn't say nothing. He said, I want to get this night body off, man. All right. Let's go to this real quick. We're going to go to the word plague right here. We're going to open up our Strongs. We're going to refresh our window. All right. So we're going to look at the word plague, nagap, 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 na, ga, pa, nagap. He says the nagap, the plague, the stumbling, the blow, the striking, the plague, the blow, the plagues, the fatal plague, the striking, the nagap. Striking against the stumbling of the foot. Isaiah chapter 8, verse 14. A plague from Allah, especially used of a fatal disease sent from Allah. So the nagap, the plague has begun. That's a terrifying verse. To turn to your brother and say, hey, Ak, run. And while he was running, remember, he had that censer. So you got incense, you got smoke coming out. All right. Watch this. And Aharon took, as Moses commanded, and ran into the midst of the congregation, and behold, the plague was begun among the people. And he put on incense and made atonement for the people, and stood between the dead and the living, and the plague was stayed. Now they that died in the plague were 14,700, beside them that died about the matter of Korah. And Aharon returned unto Masha, unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and the plague was stayed. Repeat after me. Kala Shara, Debar Yahweh, Na Aisha, Wa Na Shamai. All that Yahweh has said, what we do and hear. Now, this is one of my favorite Torah portion chapters to read, and it's a beautiful terrifying reminder. This week is important for me to read because even though I wasn't complaining against Yahweh, I don't think I was. Well, I had to be. I don't know. I don't know yet. I see a lot of myself in this week's Torah portion, not being against my own brothers or being against my own community or being against my own anything or anybody, but just the way that Masha handled situations showed me how much I failed, how much I didn't handle situations well. And I'm practicing that, but I don't got it down pat yet. You know, he that masters his mouth can master his whole body. The thing about it is, you know, I gotta grow up. So outside from the 14,000, you have those that die with Masha. Aharon, Aaron, runs through all of the Israelites. Now he missed 14,000, which that's understandable. And as he's running through and he's got this frankincense and whatever incense he's got, the spirit of death from Yahweh, he leaves. I can see the visual of that. I can see that in my head. Numbers chapter 17, verse 1. We're going to look at Aaron's rod budding. Waya'amar al-Masha debarium. And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, and take every one of them a rod according to the house of their fathers. Of all the princes according to the house of their fathers, 12 rods. Write thou every man's name upon his rod. So every one man that was from each one tribe of the Israelites, that was an elder or a reputable man. Each one of them presented their own special maqual, right? Now, this is going to be the last test that the Most High is going to put out. And it's so beautiful because in this test, Yahweh didn't kill anybody. Yahweh Shai, he didn't come down and take the breath out. He showed us something beautiful. He was like, I'm going to make something grow in front of you. And that's going to cause you to believe. Not the thousands that I killed last night. Not the thousands that I killed today. I'm going to make life sprout out of something that doesn't grow. That's why I believe barren women can still have children. This is one of the reasons I believe women who claim that they're barren, outside from the biblical prophecies, women who claim that they're barren, you have to let go of that way of thinking. You have to fast. You have to pray. You have to pray consistently. And you got to have, first of all, you need a believing team with you. Let's get back to this. Numbers chapter 17, verse 2. Speak down to the children of Israel and take every one of them the rod according to the house of their fathers, of all the princes according to the house of their 12 rods. Write thou every man's name upon his rod. And thou shalt write Aaron's name upon the rod of Levi. And one rod shall be for the head of the house of their fathers. And thou shalt lay them up in the tabernacle of the congregation before the testimony where I will meet with you. And it shall come to pass that the man's rod who I shall choose shall blossom, and I will make to cease from me the murmurings of the children of Yasharallah, whereby they murmur against you. And Masha spake unto the children of Israel, and every one of their princes gave him a rod apiece. For each prince one according to their father's house, even 12, and the rod of Aaron was among their rods. And Aaron laid up the rods before Yahweh in the tabernacle of witness. And it came to pass that on the morrow Masha went into the tabernacle of witness, and behold, the rod of Aaron for the house of Levi was budded, and brought forth buds, and bloomed blossoms, and yielded almonds. And Masha looked out, and Masha brought out all the rods from before Yahweh unto the children of Yasharallah, and they took every man his rod. And Yahweh said unto I said to Masha, bring Aaron's rod again before the testimony, to be kept for a token against the rebels, and thou shalt quite take away their murmurings from me, that they die not. This is another code statement, that they die not. So Masha, he had a very powerful job. He was respected by Yahweh and by man. And today we call Masha our legislator. Masha is called our lawgiver, our legislator. Verse 11. And Masha did so, as Yahweh commanded him, so did he. And the children of Israel spake unto Masha, saying, behold, we die, we perish, we all perish. Oh my goodness, Negroes still tripping. Wherefore cometh anything near unto the tabernacle of Yahweh shall die. Shall we be consumed with dying? This all we gonna do is die, die, die. Every time we come to the tabernacle of Yahweh, we die. This all that's gonna happen to us? No. We kept dying because we was fighting against Masha and disrespecting Yahweh. Disrespecting who Yahweh put in authority. Disrespecting another person's position. Thou shalt not covet. They wanted Aaron and Masha's position. And then cried about having the best jobs in the world. Don't get that. All right, this week's Torah portion, we're almost done with the law reading. All right, after this, I personally will be going to take a nap of my own. All right. So, and then we may come back. I want to eat some cereal, take a little rest. We'll come back. I do like this setup, though. All right, I want to say the water to the Mashpachah to help me get it together. All right, yeah, we got more work to do. All right, so let's get it. Gotta get that screen share thing together, man. That screen share thing together. This will be hard. This will be even better. All right, so let's get it real quick. This week's Torah portion, we're going to finish off with chapter 18, verse 1. All right. And let me see something real quick. Oh, man. Y'all caught me yawning. I should have turned the camera off. Y'all caught me yawning. My bad. All right, so chapter 18. Let's get it. Numbers chapter 18, verse 1. Waya'amar al-Masha. Waya'amar al-Aharon. And Yahweh said unto Aaron, thou and thy sons and thy father's house with thee shall bear the iniquity of the sanctuary. And thou and thy sons with thee shall bear the iniquity of your priesthood. All right. Verse 2. And thy brethren also from the tribe of Levi of thy father bring thou with thee, that they may be joined unto me and minister unto me. But thou, the sons with these, shall minister before the tabernacle of witness. Verse 3. And they shall keep thy charge and the charge of the tabernacle, only they shall not come nigh unto the vessels of the sanctuary and the altar, neither shall they, nor ye also die. Verse 4. And they shall be joined unto thee, and keep the charge of the tabernacle of the congregation, for all the service of the tabernacles, and the strangers shall not come nigh unto you. So the Most High is talking to Aaron, and he's letting us know nobody else gets your job. No Gentiles. Ain't supposed to be no Gentile Kohen. I'm a Kohen. No, you're not. You ain't even a Levite. I'm a Kohen. I got my Kohen license. No Gentile is supposed to be Levites and priests. And ye shall keep the charge of the sanctuary and the charge of the altar, that thereby no wrath any more may come upon the children of Israel. And behold, I have taken your brethren, the Levites, from among the children of Israel. To you they are given as a gift of Yahweh to do the service of the tabernacle of the congregation. Therefore, thou and thy sons with thee shall keep your priest office for everything of the altar and within the veil, and ye shall serve. I have given your priest office unto you as a service of a gift. And the stranger that cometh nigh shall be put to death. Powerful. And Yahweh spake unto Aaron, behold, I also have given thee the charge of my heave offering, of all the hollow things of the children of Israel unto thee. I give them by reason of the anointing, and to thy sons by an ordinance forever. Y'all see this? I want y'all to know this. Levi will never lose their job. Even while we're in captivity, our high priest, Yahushua, is taking care of things. But when Yahushua comes back, Levi is getting their job back. So I don't believe nobody should be teaching that high priest came from all tribes. All right, verse 9. This shall be thine of the most holy things, reserved from the fire. Every oblation of theirs, every meat offering of theirs, every oblation of theirs, every meat offering of theirs, and every sin offering of theirs, and every trespass offering of theirs, which they shall render unto me, shall be most holy for thee and for thy sons. Verse 10. In the most holy place thou shalt eat it. Every male shall eat it. It shall be holy unto thee. And this is thine, the heave offering of your gift, with all the wave offerings of the children of Israel. I have given them unto thee, and to thy sons, and to thy daughters with thee, by a statute forever. Everyone that is clean in thy house may eat of it. Verse 12. All the best of the oil, and the best of the wine, and of the wheat, the first fruits of them which they shall offer unto Yahweh, them have I given to thee. So what we're seeing is that whenever the people come and bring their sacrifices, if you've ever seen a bull is pretty big, all right? It don't matter how big. It's a baby bull, it's a big bull, it's big. So imagine your portion was to get the shoulder part of the bull every time. And your job was to hold it up to Yahweh, the water Yahweh, raise your hands in the air, and wave them like you just don't. See, that's actually in the scripture. That's what a heave offering and wave offering is. So the Most High says, anything that's brought in, these things come to you now, Aaron. And whatsoever is first ripe in the land, that which they shall bring unto Yahweh shall be thine. Everyone that is clean in the house shall eat it. Now, the only way a person wouldn't be able to eat it, as far as what I've read, is if the Levite man had a daughter and her daughter married a Gentile man. If she married a Gentile man, she's not allowed to eat from the sacrifice. She has a husband. All right. Or she's everything devoted to Israel shall be thine. Everything that openeth the matrix and all flesh, which thou bringest to Yahweh, whether it be man or beast, shall be thine. Nevertheless, the firstborn of man shalt thou surely redeem, and the first of the unclean beast, all right, shalt thou redeem. And this is the verse I believe the brother was using to I think this is the verse that was using. Save it. Verse 16. And these are they that be redeemed from a month old shalt thou redeem according to thy estimation, for the money of 5 shekels after the shekel of the sanctuary, which is 20 gerahs. But the first thing of a cow, or the first thing of a sheep, or the first thing of a goat, thou shalt not redeem. They are holy. Thou shalt sprinkle their blood upon the altar and shall burn their fat for an offering made by fire, for a sweet savor unto Yahweh. So don't let anybody tell you how, okay, listen, whenever you get around barbecues smell good. That's what this is. It's a holy barbecue, right? And the flesh of them shall be thine, and the wave and the breast as the right shoulder are thine. All of the heave offerings and the holy things which the children of Israel shall offer unto Yahweh have I given unto thee and thy sons and thy daughters with thee, by a statute forever. It is a covenant of salt forever between Yahweh and unto thee and to thy seed with thee. And when Yahweh spake unto Aaron, thou shalt have no inheritance in the land, neither shalt thou have any part among them. I am thy part and thy inheritance among the children of Israel. And why is this verse important right there? Because it shows that the Most High is all that the Levites need. They didn't need to have no inheritance. The Most High was all they needed. Everything that everybody else from Israel brought in went straight to the Most High, and it went to the Levites first. And the Levites got their part, which the Most High said. Right? And behold, I have given the children of Israel all the tenth for an inheritance for their service, which they serve, even the service of the tabernacle of the congregation. Verse 22. Neither must the children of Israel henceforth come nigh into the tabernacle of the congregation, lest they bear sin and die. But the Levites shall do as the service of the tabernacle of the congregation, and shall bear his iniquity. Wow. Shall bear his iniquity. It shall be an institute forever. Excuse me, it shall be a statute forever throughout your generations, that among the children of Israel, that they have no inheritance. Verse 24. But the tithes of the children of Israel, which they offer and have offering, and offer as an offering unto Yahweh, I have given to the Levites to inherit. Therefore, I have said unto them, among the children of Yashar'Allah, they shall have no inheritance. Verse 25. And Yahweh spake unto Moshe, saying, thus speak unto the children, unto the Levites, and say unto them, when ye take care of the children of Israel, the tithes which I have given you for them, for your inheritance, then ye shall offer up a heave offering of it for Yahweh, even a part of the time. Verse 27, Numbers chapter 18. And this is the heave, and this your heave offering shall be reckoned unto you as though it were corn of the threshing floor, and as the fullness of the winepress. 28. And ye shall offer a heave offering unto Yahweh of your tithes, of all your tithes, which ye receive of the children of Israel, and ye shall give thereof Yahweh's heave offering to Aaron the priest. Verse 29. Out of all your gifts, ye shall offer every heave offering of Yahweh of all the best thereof, even the hollow parts thereof it. Verse 3. Therefore thou shalt say unto them, when ye have heaved the best therefore from it, then it shall be counted unto the Levites as the increase of the threshing floor. That's good. And as the increase of the winepress. Verse 31. And ye shall eat it in every place, ye and your households, for it is your reward for your service in the tabernacle of the congregation. Verse 33, last but certainly not least. And ye shall bear no sin by reason of it, when ye have heaved it from it, the best of it. Neither shall ye pollute the holy things of the children of Israel, lest ye die. Please repeat after me. We're going to say, Kol Asherah. We're going to say, the body of Yahweh. Na'aisha. Wa Nashemai. All that Yahweh said, we do and hear. I really appreciate you all going through this week's Torah portion with me. At the end of it, we seen that the sons of Aaron was given honor out of all of the disrespect and the back talking, the backlashing and all that stuff. Not only were they given honor, the Most High said, not only am I going to validate you by, burning your life, I'm going to validate you by making your rod blossom. I'm going to validate you by making the earth open up and swallow people. And the last thing, I'm going to validate you by giving you my beautiful jewels. Again, all right. I gotta say shalom. When we come back, we will be doing the next Torah portion, which will be the prophet portion. All right. The prophet portion, then we'll be doing the gospel portion. So we already have those lined up. That's a good thing. All right. So I pray everybody rests well. And if you choose to, All right. Join back in with us when we come back. All right. Throughout for your time. Shabbat shalom.